Gardens in Blackpool will see history made tonight, as the World Matchplay title will go to either the youngest player ever to lift the Phil Taylor Trophy, or it will go to what would just be the fourth man to get his hands on that trophy multiple times. Luke Littler takes on James Wade. It's coming up live and free on your home of darts on the radio, talkSPORT 2. Double night for the match. Yes! James Wade gets over the line in a classic at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. He sinks to his knees, gets a hook from Johnny Clayton. Incredible endurance darts from both players. Wade pinned double nine to win by 20 legs to 18 in a match that they'll talk about for many years to come.
Many centuries to come.
Should have done better, quicker, faster, but I didn't. I just managed to hang on. Genuinely, I don't think people realise I'm exhausted after that.
Quite frankly, when darts is this good, you cannot take your ears off it.
Double 16, first dart for Littler, wraps it up. Handshake and a hug between two of the best young darts players on the planet.
Been very good, playing some of the best darts for quite a while. But for myself, we've just got to do the same thing, just practice, sit down, practice, keep the arm loose. Yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings.
How can you not love the darts? It's all live on talkSPORT 2 and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. I'm Ian Danter. Good evening once again from the Emperor's Ballroom in Blackpool's sprawling Winter Gardens. Right in the town centre, just a short walk from the famous tower. After 8 days, whittling down the top 32 players in the world here with some of the best matches we've ever seen on the stage in front of us, we have our finalists. Luke Littler, well, he's the face of world darts right now, the teenager, already a world champion, Grand Prix champion, and also ticked off another major back in March when he lifted the UK Open trophy in Minehead. The man that he convincingly beat that night is his opponent once again here, but James Wade has arguably been the standout player of these championships, showing wonderful consistency, and tonight competing in his 7th World Matchplay final here, having won the tournament way back 2007 in his early 20s, and at that time, and he still is until tonight, the youngest player ever to lift the match play. But I don't know what the direction of traffic is going to be. Whoever gets to the winning line first will lift the Phil Taylor Trophy and pocket £200,000. Alongside me, Mark Wilson will join us shortly in the commentary box, part of our team. Also, Chris Mason and Paul Nicholson, as ever, have joined me to kick things off tonight on talkSPORT 2 and on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. You're very welcome to join our live free watch-alongs there. Like and subscribe, and once you've done that, you can make your contributions via the chat room and ask any questions of Chris or Paul in particular.
This is the time to do it.
Yes,
we've got a big build-up, so any questions that sort of are pretty relevant, we'll give you a shout out.
So there's Mace and here's Nico. Let's reflect on, well, actually we'll get to the women's match play a little later, because we'll hear from Lisa Ashton, who won this afternoon. Really good hors d'oeuvre for the main course tonight. I guess the first question on my mind is James Wade well rested enough from the exertions of last night against Johnny Clayton?
Well, I think he's very honest in his press conference last night, and when he was speaking to us on talkSPORT 2 as well, because he was adamant that he was spent and he gave everything he had to win that game with Johnny Clayton. He was 16-10 up, and at that point you're thinking he's going to be through in the next 5-6 minutes. I think that game took nearly 45 minutes more, because Clayton brought it back to 16-16, and that was a really stressful experience for James, and he still came through it. His semi-final record is exceptional in this tournament. His record in finals isn't as good, but the people he's lost to, we're talking about Phil Taylor multiple times and Michael van Gerwen, so it's not necessarily his fault, but I think it is about the rest. I don't think he's going to struggle to sleep eventually. The good thing about this tournament is, even if he gets to sleep at 2-3 in the morning after this, he's still, if he wants 8-9 hours sleep, he can get up at midday. That's probably a good thing, because if he sleeps late and then he fuels up with the right food, the right hydration, get here about 4 hours beforehand, he will be ready to go again.
Yeah, and he was here well before Luke arrived, and that tells me that he is well rested. If he come later, that would tell me that his day's been fairly full, or he's been trying to sleep in the afternoon. And listen, adrenaline will play a massive part in this for James, and he loves this tournament. It's special to him because it was his first. He made his first final of a major here, of course, 12 months before winning it. And I just have a feeling he'll have it figured out. He knows what it's taking. Listen, he's lost here in multiple finals, so he's got that experience to pull on as well.
I don't think his biggest problem tonight is turning around from last night to tonight. I think it's the person he's playing and how well he has turned up in his second World Matchplay. Littler has been on an exceptional level, and even when he's been in trouble, he's found the answers. And
listen, he had two fairly comfortable first and second round matches where it was 10-3 and 11-5, but then he was pushed very hard by Van Veen, and that emotionally and physically would have got him. And then he's gone into that in the Johnny Clayton match, so he's had two back-to-back absolute thrillers. And I think he may physically be okay, but it's this game is all about what it does to you mentally as well as physically, and it's what he's got left in terms of being able to muster up that enough emotion to really get involved in a scrap.
We'll hear from Luke in a minute, but we've just been out for something to eat to just sort of recharge the batteries after this afternoon's Women's World Matchplay, and you used a phrase, Mace, talking about Luke Littler, who said he's a quick learner.
Yeah.
And this is in the context of these long course matches, but things that happen, things that occur, and how to deal with them.
But it was what Paul was talking about midweek. Last year he arrived, couple of hours to go, just thought it was just a normal day out. Well, this tournament, there's nothing normal about it.
This venue's not normal.
This year he came on the opening night, didn't he? And he sat and watched, and he was moving around the building trying to find out, right, where do I do this, where do I do that, where do I go for media duties, everything. And again, that's down to, that wouldn't have been someone else telling him to do that. He's just thought, right, I need to find out what's going on here and just get used to the heat. That's another thing. Wherever you're sat in here, you're going to feel the heat. He was sat up in that balcony and probably thought to himself, right, I need to acclimatise to this, and quick.
Young players these days, I think they get a lot of stick, and James has even said that being around these young stars is boring. Well, that's his opinion. He's entitled to that.
Gary Anderson said that too.
They're very, very different people. But I think Littler's got this computer game mentality of, if I don't get through this level, I'll just figure out how to do it next time. So it didn't go well in 2024. He comes back and he sticks to some phrasing that I adore in sport: adapt or perish. And he does anything but perish. So he's adapting wherever he goes, and the likelihood is he wins tonight. He'll probably figure out the World Grand Prix in October in Leicester, and he'll say, right, now we'll go to Germany and figure out that audience, because they don't necessarily like me over there, but I'll find a way to make them like me.
Just found out that James Wade has won the bull in the practice room, so he'll have the darts in this final.
Yeah, he hit the ball and Luke hit a 25, so Wade gets the honour. And in this kind of distance of match, I don't think it matters one jot. That's why Phil would give you the throw and go, no, you start. And he just hits you hard from the off.
Best of 35 legs in the final. Or more. We brought you a classic the very first year.
So greedy, Nico.
I know. But the very first year we were here bringing you darts on the radio, we had a classic just like that went beyond 16 or 17-16. It went to, 21-19?
40 legs.
Mensa Suljevic and Gary Anderson played out a belter of a game on the stage in front of us. Who knows whether we're going to get that tonight. I tell you what, let's hear from this extraordinary teenage talent who got knocked out in the first round last year on World Matchplay debut, despite posting 100 average against Michael van Gerwen. But Luke Littler has made it all the way. He's ticking off the major ranking tournaments one by one. The UK Open won in March against James Wade, but after his semi-final win against Josh Rock, Luke spoke to Mark Wilson backstage for us and told him that he had to work hard for the victory.
I've had to dig myself deep, and it all comes back to the Jermaine Wattamina game. I know I can get myself out of these situations where it's 4-1 or 5-0. Same as second break, 7-3. Said to myself, you've been here before, you can do it again. Just try and plug away and try and get into the lead.
Talk to me about leg 8, the perfect leg from both of you.
Yeah, it was perfect from both of us. Obviously I was thinking about it a little bit, but I just wanted to win the leg, get another leg on the board. But I just knew as soon as the 60 went in, I knew what I was doing, I knew what I was going for, and it went in. Didn't celebrate, still a bit furious with myself, but now I'm here, I'm happy I hit it.
Well, you had a job to do at the time, I can understand that. Everyone else was celebrating. I think they made up for it. I mean, what a feeling, what a noise when that went in. I mean, it must, the hairs on the back of your neck must stand up.
Oh, they expect it every single time. Even if someone goes off with a treble 20, they're expecting it, and that just goes to show how darts has changed, how us players have got even better and better. But yeah, they just expect it every time.
Just to quickly rewind to the beginning of the night, because obviously it was 16-10 to Wadey against Johnny Clayton. Were you getting ready to come on at that point? Because then there was quite a wait, wasn't there, before the game finished?
Yeah, I was just practicing. I was sat down. I was like, yeah, he's going to win this. But I think as soon as Johnny got 2-3 legs, I was just like, I'm going to have to throw a few darts there just to keep the arm loose. But yeah, it was a good comeback from Johnny, but not the perfect. But yeah, I'm sure me and Wadey will be up for it tomorrow.
It is James. He's been outstanding throughout the tournament. You know what he's going to bring. He's going to bring his game, and you've got to find a way to combat that.
Yeah, he's been very good, playing some of the best darts for quite a while. For myself, we've just got to do the same thing. Just practice, sit down, practice, keep the arm loose, and yeah, we'll see what tomorrow brings.
Luke Littler chatting with Mark Wilson after his semi-final win last night. You heard on talkSPORT 2 against Josh Rock, and a young man who's maturing more and more in terms of the way that he speaks to us and he speaks to the written press. He is becoming more and more adept at putting his point across, and he wasn't exactly terrified at speaking to the media at first, but he just didn't know what to make of it. Now he knows exactly how to put himself across. I think
it's all part of the job, isn't it? I think when you are as spoken about as Littler is, you can barely have a darting conversation these days with people within the industry and people on the street without Littler's name coming up. So I think he's very used to his standing within the game now as the most spoken about, and he does garner the headlines whether he's playing or not, because people always want to see if they're on a collision course with him. I think there are a lot of people who thought that maybe he wasn't going to win this tournament. It might have been a weakness, this place. Turns out it isn't. He's actually showing some of his best darts of the year, in his own words, when he's coming into this tournament. I think what he's learned is that even when he's had a really tough season, he didn't win the Premier League, but he had a great campaign. And in June, it just felt like he was going through the motions a little bit, and you can completely understand that. But when this tournament comes around, it's ranked, it's got history, because when you come to Blackpool, the first thing you think of is it started here in 1994. If you're a PDC nerd like we are, you think of Larry Butler, you think of Dennis Priestley, and you think, when they were playing in that final, where would we be 31 years later? We should be very proud of what we've got. I think on some level, Littler understands that. He might not be as much of a nerd as we are when it comes to the history of the sport, but he is helping us create a history that we can all be proud of, and he's doing so much for him and his family.
And Luke Littler wasn't even born, Mace, when James Wade won the match play back in 2007.
Yeah, that's a frightening stat. I tell you what's even more frightening. They've played 3 times this year, a total 31 legs in total. James Wade's only won 5 of them. 26-5 in total across 3 meetings. That's a real worry going into this match, and his level seems to dip slightly. But all of those matches came after playing multiple other matches, and we know players do fade. It's one of those things. Some can just, like Duracell bunnies, they can just keep playing and keep playing and keep playing, and it's usually the younger ones or the healthier ones, and someone like Gerwyn Price. We wouldn't be having this conversation if Luke was playing Gerwyn Price or a Wessel Nijman or a Jan van Veen. But we've got to take into account the age and the battle scars and how much James has been put through the ringer. You can say the same, I suppose, in some context with the Wattimena match, but listen, when you're 18, you know, I can remember doing exhibitions and Bobby George saying, can you just get him off that board, I want to go home. Because I'd play everybody 3 times, and the bus driver and the coach driver. But yeah, it's for me, I'm with Nico. I'm worried about where James is going to be mentally and physically.
Well, we'll hear from James Wade in a few short moments' time here on your home of darts on the radio, talkSPORT 2. We're also on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel for our live and free watch-alongs. Also this hour we'll be selecting some of our favourite moments from the 9 days of action that we brought you here from Blackpool's Winter Gardens, and we'll also hear from Lisa Ashton, who this afternoon won the Women's World Matchplay, defeating Fallon Sherrick in the thrilling final. The Lancashire Rose won her local tournament finally at the 4th time of asking. But coming shortly here at the Winter Gardens, we'll hear from the machine, James Wade, after his dramatic semi-final win last night. Brought him here to the final against Luke Littler, which gets underway within the hour here on talkSPORT 2.
Hitting the bullseye, PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025 on talkSPORT.
Thank you, Ollie.
2.
Be match ready for all the epic European tournament action with Carling, the beer of football. Whether you're watching the game in your local pub or supporting from the comfort of your sofa, get your mates together and enjoy the match with Carling. The games, the goals and the gang you share it with. How's that for an unbeatable lineup? Make matchday memories that last a lifetime with Carling, the beer of football. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Protect your dog from fleas and ticks with new Front Pro chewable tablets. Easy to give, each tablet offers 1 month's protection, helping to keep your dog happy, healthy and close. Because nothing should come between you. Front Pro chewable tablets from the makers of Frontline. Available online or in-store from pet specialist retailers. For more information, see uk.frontline.com. Contains afloxolana.
Vodafone's new customer service is a little bit different. It's called Just Ask Once. Message them on the Vodafone app. You deal with one person and they keep you updated until it's sorted, so you can get on with your day. Walkies it is then. Just Ask Once. Customer service made easy from Vodafone, the nation's network.
Available via my Vodafone app. Messaging service only. Exclusions apply. Vodafone UK, supporting the nation since 1984. More details, vodafone.co.uk/network.
Get more matches than ever before with Virgin Media's bigger combo in Sports HD bundle, including Sky Sports HD, TV and M500 broadband. That's big on football, big on tennis, big on cricket, and big weekends glued to the biggest rugby matches. All for our lowest monthly price ever. Visit virginmedia.com. New customers on eligible bundles, Virgin Fibre areas, subject to restrictions on credit check, no setup fee, online only, terms apply.
Live Super League, Thursday evening from 8 on talkSPORT 2.
And they will not stop the big fella.
Hear hard-tackling, full-match commentary of Salford Red Devils versus Hull Kingston Rovers.
Try in the corner and Rovers are just putting the cherry on the top of the icing on the cake.
Live Super League, Salford Red Devils versus Hull Kingston Rovers.
This is a hell of a game.
Thursday evening from 8 on talkSPORT 2.
All the double top drama. PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025 on talkSPORT 2.
This for 8-4. Closing in, James Wade. Another magical finish on the bullseye. Wade can't miss at the minute.
For the match, James Wade wants tops underneath double 10 to go through to the semi-finals. On the wire on the outside, one dart left in hand, and that's the dart.
It's not about averages, it's about playing darts, enjoying yourself, which is really hard because all the dart players are so great now.
And he's well inside with that dart, double 9 for the match. Yes! James Wade gets over the line in a classic.
But it can't be ignored that Wade is playing a fabulous tournament, and the endurance factor of both players there, my word, I tip my hat to both of them.
I'm absolutely, I'm not going to use any swear words.
You're flammed.
Yeah,
you're gone.
Absolutely knackered.
The PDC World Matchplay final will be imminent here at Blackpool's Winter Gardens, live on talkSPORT 2, over on talkSPORT, half-time in extra time in the Women's Euros final. England won, Spain won, it remains. Could it be penalties again for the Lionesses? That game is live right now with Joe Shannon, Tash Dowie, Adrian Durham and the team out in Basel in Switzerland. Now, yesterday, the four of us from the Darts on the Radio commentary team, we got back to our hotel with our producer Matt Gubbins, and we were all reeling from what we'd witnessed. We saw arguably the greatest single night of darts in the matchplay history since its inception in 1994, which was capped not only by Luke Littler's 9-darter in his game, but also James Wade's marathon victory over Johnny Clayton, which had 18 legs of darts without a break. At the end of it, finally separated.
Longest game in PDC history, I think, without a break.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's got to be up
I know
there.
we did that thing briefly that you did, the Champions. Was that on the bead?
Yeah, the Champions League.
Yeah, but there was never any. It was never that length, was it?
No, not at all. I think. I mean, I spoke with Graham Fairhurst, the tournament director, after that match, and I said to him, weren't they given the option to go off at 16-16? And there was a bit of a silent communication between the players and the officials, as if to say, we're good. Neither of us need the restroom. We just want to keep going. We don't want to break the rhythm of the game. And boy, were they right.
Impressive bladder control. Must be the size of a basketball, the old bladder. Plenty in the chat. Welcome along. William Fisher thinks Littler will wreck him. Scott says the women's match play earlier was tremendous standard, unreal averages, time to merge all as one, not quite yet, pal. Long way off from that ever happening. Question for Chris and Paul. What would Josh Rock have to do between now and the end of the year to get a place in the Premier League? I personally think he's a shoo-in.
He's very close, if not already earmarked for it. Keep doing what he's doing, get it at the top 8, and he's absolutely nailed on for it.
Yeah, he's quick, young, not from England, so that, you know, gives it a bit more sort of global attention. Not that they have any dart. Well, they have the Premier League in Northern Ireland, don't they?
Yeah, the Odyssey, I think it is in
Belfast.
Belfast.
Is one of the first nights.
That's amazing.
That would be a bit special with Josh Rock in it. If Littler wins it, oh, you'll love this, Nico. If Littler wins it, is it the quickest anyone has achieved the Triple Crown, which I don't know what it is, only being on tour for 2 years?
Oh, look at his. You've got him wound up.
Will people stop with this Triple Crown stuff? That is a snooker thing. This is darts. We don't have a Triple Crown. How could we possibly have a Triple Crown when the match play started in '94 and the Premier League started more than 10 years later?
Welly Robinson followed every game thanks to the talkSPORT darts team. Hope the Winter Gardens remain on the circuit. It's a small venue, but the fans are epic. Thank you very much.
This is going nowhere.
No.
This is going to remain.
What do you think Wade's done to his game to become such a big scorer recently?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Well, I've had a few chats with him, and he has been grafting. He's been really putting the work, and he's got a new manager, interestingly, called Martin Adams, not the dart player Martin Adams. But yeah, I think he's sort of got everything sorted, hasn't he, on the hockey and off the hockey, and sometimes that's all it needs. Wade will just play his own game, and he won't put Littler off. But the big game will be at Wade's pace. Yeah, good point. And if Wade gets frustrated, it could be a long day for Luke. But all the pressure on Luke to go out and win. I don't think he knows what pressure is.
I don't think he does either. Let's hear from James Wade, shall we? Because after that marathon semi-final against Johnny Clayton last night. He came into our backstage area to talk to me, and he was clearly feeling the effects of such a long match.
I should have got out of the way much quicker, but you know,
thank you.
I also escaped it at the same time. So you know, when he was going for that last shot, I was like, please miss, please miss, please miss. When he missed, I thought, I've got you now. All I've got to do is squeeze, and that's how it was. In fact,
but that was a lot of endurance. I think we worked it out. It was 18 legs at the end without a break between you two once you'd had that last conference section. So it took a lot out of both of them, really.
Yeah, I'm absolutely. I'm not going to use any swear words.
You're flabbered. You're gone. Done. But there was, there was that spell of 6 legs in a row from Johnny that would have had you a little bit. Well, you weren't showing it.
I lost focus. And I wasn't in the same room. And that's the reality, you know. Because I probably should have sorted it out much quicker. But you know, absolutely knackered. I think that's probably one of the most enduring games. This sounds really rude, but one of the most enduring games I've played with the most least rewarding side of it, because I should have done better, quicker, faster, but I didn't. I just managed to hang on. Genuinely, and I don't think people realise I'm exhausted after that. I mean, Paul, I don't think you've been involved in the game quite like that, but you'll understand what it's. I'm absolutely done.
That was James Wade, actually referring to Paul Nicholson, who was sat alongside me in our backstage area, looking directly at him, saying, "You've never been involved in a match like that, have you?" But
well, curiously, James has got a point, because at the match play, I have not been involved in a game like that. I don't think many people have. Doing some calculations last night and this morning, though, there were 38 legs in that game, and the longest game of my career was 38 legs in a World Championship match. So I know what it's like to be on the stage and play that much. And the last set between me and Thornton at the 2013 Worlds was 11 legs. It was 6-5. I know pretty much what it's like. However, I did a little bit more digging. James Wade has been in a longer game than that. The longest game of his career was 43 legs. That was Adrian Lewis in the 2012 semi-finals at Alexandra Palace, which I believe, until last night, was the best night of darts before we saw Littler and Wade getting through.
Was that when he led 5-1?
5-1 up against Adrian Lewis and ended up losing 6-5. Not a game that Wade wants to talk about. Yeah, same thing. Both games that night went 6 sets to 5. Hamilton and Lewis went through to the final when it could have easily been Whitlock-Wade.
Well, James Wade knows what it takes to get over the line and win this trophy. All right, it was 2007, and if he wins it tonight, that may well set a record for the longest gap between a player winning a major PDC title.
I can't even think of anything that's remotely close to that.
But we'll find out in the fullness of time. Mark Wilson's going to join us very shortly, and we're going to look back on our favourite bits of the tournament. You'll also hear from Lisa Ashton, who won the Women's World Matchplay earlier this afternoon live on talkSPORT. Time is ticking on. We're getting closer and closer to the first dart in anger being launched at the board in the World Matchplay final here at Blackpool's Winter Gardens, live on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page.
It's game on. PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025.
Thank you.
On talkSPORT 2.
Jim White and Simon Jordan on talkSPORT. Mid-morning radio that's up for the job.
He spent £500 million to get precisely nowhere.
Concrete sports talk.
It really is incredible.
Rapid setting opinion.
You're not justifying it, but you're explaining it. Doesn't need an explanation.
Big names all backed up.
Anthony Joshua, good afternoon.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Delivered tomorrow morning from 10 on talkSPORT by Selco Builders Warehouse. Check stock at your local branch. We've got it at selcobw.com.
Party weekend, here we come, babes. You've got the tickets?
Check.
Sunscreen?
Check.
Ironic 90s bucket hat?
Check.
You've defo looked at the train times?
Checking now.
Here's something else you should check. If you're travelling by train this August bank holiday weekend, between Saturday the 23rd and Monday the 25th of August, some journeys may be affected as we make improvements to the railway. Please check before you travel at nationalrail.co.uk/August.
You've worked hard to build your business, so it's important it's properly protected. At NFU Mutual, our tradesman insurance has received a 5-star rating by De Facto for the past 10 years. No wonder 9 out of 10 of our business insurance customers renew every year. With agency offices across the UK, we're closer to you, closer to your business, closer to what matters. Search NFU Mutual Builders and Trades Insurance.
From Lauren James's brothers always cheering her on from the sidelines, to all the kickabouts, knocks and laughs. From making her believe she has what it takes, to a debut, to playing in the final, to...
Lauren James is named Young Player of the Year.
A little support can change the game. Win the chance to meet Lauren, plus daily football match tickets, Cadbury game-changing wins. Grab a pack to enter.
T's and C's apply. UK and ROI 18+. Visit gamechanging.cadbury.co.uk to enter it for full T's and C's and price details. MPN for ROI.
Fight Night Extra on talkSPORT 2. Tuesday evening from 5. Get weighed in for a massive night of big boxing drama. I'm just ready to go to war. Explosive insight and heavyweight boxing banter.
I'm the generation fighter. I actually feel sorry for all these guys who's had to fight.
Thank you.
Hard-hitting boxing discussion that jabs you between the ears.
Fantastic boxing. But this is the big step up in weight rules. Really big step up.
Get in the ring and go the distance.
She's got movements that look like Mayweather at times.
Fight Night Extra, Tuesday evening from 5 on talkSPORT 2, the home of boxing. Hitting the bullseye, PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025 on talkSPORT 2.
The Winter Gardens in Blackpool plays host once again to the PDC World Matchplay. The 32nd time this tournament has been hosted. talkSPORT 2 here once again, and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. The final between Luke Littler and James Wade is about half an hour away, but we've had so many highlights and so many brilliant moments that we've managed to cram in to the last 9 days for you. Oh, we do like to be beside the seaside at this time of year, bringing you the PDC World Matchplay.
Double 15 for a biggie! It's monstrous! Super chin, more like!
How can you not love the darts?
Bob's your uncle, Johnny's your Andy, and he's 9-4 up.
With Nobby, regardless of what you do, he's just going to give you absolutely nothing.
Yeah, he's part dart player, part Terminator.
167 might be about to go. Bullseye for the 167! Rocky, get in there!
Since when did Martin Schindler walk out to Eminem?
The 170's up, big fish for Price. There it is! Big fish reeled in!
The commentary box is shaking.
Yeah, some atmosphere in here tonight.
Double 9 for the match. Yes! James Wade gets over the line in a classic at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. He sinks to his knees, gets a hook from Johnny Clayton. Incredible endurance darts from both players.
They are both on 9s. 141 is on for the perfect leg of darts. He's done it! Littler hits the 9! 141! That is the perfect leg of darts! Wow!
Oh yeah! Get a load of that, Blackpool!
Darts on the Radio is back, and we're so happy. We are happy, but we're kind of sad it's coming to an end, but that's the nature of the beast. The final is here, so in the commentary box, a Brummie, a Geordie, a Bristolian and a Yorkshireman, because Mark Wilson has joined us. All points of the compass represented here on talkSPORT 2 for the darts. And Mark, you were there for that 9-darter that Luke hit last night. If we're looking for moments of the tournament, you'd be hard-pressed to beat that.
Yeah, look, what a moment it was. It was the perfect leg of darts, wasn't it? And we joked about it, I think after the first 180 went in, and just to be here and witness it, and witness two young guys that are full of respect for each other, that play the game in the right way, to serve that up, and just the sheer level of noise in this place, it was incredible.
Indeed, it was incredible. If I'm looking for moments of the tournament that aren't particularly obvious, there was a moment in the Rock Van Gerwen game where Van Gerwen, I know he lost in the end, but there was a point where he was up against it and he popped in a 138 checkout, 2 treble 20s and double 9. That was just cojones personified. That sticks in my mind. He lost the game in the end, but that just shows MVG. There's still gas left in the tank for the Green Machine to get back to former glories.
There is. Michael doesn't take a great deal away from this tournament. His game with Rima van Barneveld, it was sometimes a tough watch because you had two legends going up against each other and they were both struggling at times. But the thing is, when Michael was pushed against the wall, if he'd wilted and left the tournament with a whimper, we would have said, oh no. But he stood his ground, and that 138 is something he can take away with him, and he can work on that and try and squeeze everything left out of 2025.
Mace, do you want to pick a moment for us?
Oh, I've got so many. Well, actually, the game that featured the 9 also featured a 170, and I mean the 170 was incredible, but it was just the reaction that I loved from Luke Littler. It was a nod of acknowledgement and almost enjoyment.
I've got a similar one when Gilding hit the 160, when he was fighting tooth and nail, and he just walked up, no celebration, you never get one off Goldfinger. He turned around and Littler was looking at, I think, hoping to catch his eye, and he just raised his eyebrows as if to say, yeah, I see you. What a finish that was. And it was just like a young guy, 18 years of age, Andrew Gilding, at the other end of the age spectrum. Darts is a sport for everyone, and that was great.
And on the other end, or the other side of the coin, the handshake, such as it was between Daryl Gurney and Gerwyn Price.
I really enjoyed that match, but it was sort of slightly marred by Daryl's reaction at the end, and I'm not quite sure what he expected, because he would have got the same.
He knew the risks.
He would have got the same from a lot of players who were certainly a lot more placid than Gezi Price. But yeah, that got some headlines, didn't it?
I don't mean to nick the plot from The Hangover, but the fact is, Daryl Gurney nicked Mike Tyson's Tiger in that game. What did he expect?
Yeah, there you go.
Now, generally, when we look back at this tournament, 7 seeds went out in the first round, which is not completely unusual, but we said before a dart had even been thrown between the 4 of us, there are no obvious safe passages through for the seeded players, and that's exactly how it proved. Even those seeds that made it through had a hard time of it.
If you look at Littler's run, opening game, he was unplayable at times, and Ryan had a nightmare. But then 13-11 Watsamina, where he trailed 7-2. Gilding, very much like Ryan in the Worlds, pushed him as hard as he could be pushed, and then he's fended off Josh Rock in the semi-final last night. Well, I sort of look at that and think, well, a lot of people think James Wade's going to get his belly tickled here, but every one of those players in that list that pushed Littler, they're not as good as James Wade.
Great players can go to another level when pushed. Taylor used to do that. Van Gerwen has done that. And others, not very many, have continued to do that their entire careers. Littler is starting to do that now.
I mean, Taylor's the GOAT. Listen, his tournament, the top 5 tournament averages here are all owned by Taylor. Played on inferior boards with inferior equipment of its time. If Taylor would have had this lot around him, how far could he have gone, Nico?
That's the scary, scary thought. I mean, we were here in 2021 when Peter Wright won. He averaged 104 for the tournament. That's what Littler's doing right now, and he's only doing it with 38% on the doubles, which is a little bit silly.
Yeah, because every time one of us did come along and sort of tried to rattle Phil's cage, me and Nico guilty of doing that on plenty of occasions. He wouldn't just beat you the next time; he would absolutely crush you and keep crushing you. He was terrifying. And Michael came along and he sort of found another gear, and he did that throughout his career. And it's a real shame, really, that this sort of there was a good generation he played in, but this generation of players are just great.
And we keep saying it, that the conveyor belt keeps producing the young talent.
There's seen a young man playing at Modus last night that I'm super impressed with. Lost in the final.
Ryan Branley from Northumberland. He's a very, very good player.
Now he's the one that's hit one of the biggest averages on tour this year, isn't he?
Yeah, that's Charlie. You're thinking of Charlie Manby. 130 average in a best of 7 game.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? But we have seen Kian van Veen, admittedly not on debut here, but getting deep into the tournament. Wessel Nijman knocked out a seed to get past the first round.
Yeah,
there's lots of good signs.
I suppose if you looked at it from an odds compiler, then they're upsets. But for us, really, now the strength and depth is genuine. You know, it's not something we're making up to try and sell the product. That product's sold out. You know, next year's nearly already sold out in pre-booked tickets.
Yeah.
The players that came into it in form are the ones that have generally performed really, really well here. and we talk about it all the time about how much darts they're playing. They are going to have to start picking and choosing, and they're going to have to be in form when it comes to the majors, because there are that many tournaments now. It is majors that count. I know they want to pick ranking money up here, there and everywhere, but
the problem is trying to peak without playing. It's almost impossible, isn't it?
No, I don't mean without playing.
But but a lot of players missed out last week's. There was a couple of Pro Tours last week. Well, not last week, the week before. But it was on the back of a Euro Tour and a World Series event. I could sort of get that, but me personally, I wanted competitive action as close to coming away as possible.
And there's quite a few that have dipped out of the upcoming Players' Championship
and
events.
Australia and New Zealand. Loads of players not
sensibly, I might add, because imagine if you've gone deep in this tournament. Let's say you're Josh Rock and you're originally down to play Hildesheim on Tuesday and Wednesday.
No.
Go home.
There's a fair few players going that surprised me, though.
Yeah, that's for example.
We'll see if they turn up on Tuesday.
Yeah, good
that
point.
might be, we'll judge it then.
Well, just give me an example. Who are we talking about?
Gezi Price is down to go.
Right.
Aspinall, Gary Anderson.
Right. Aspinall, I get.
Yeah.
Price, stay home. It doesn't do him any favours.
He doesn't need the rank.
Look at Tiger Woods' career. If you look at a lot of his seasons when he was at his peak, all of those seasons were exactly the same. He'd play at Doral, he'd play at Farmers Insurance Open, and then he would play the same amount of tournaments leading at the Masters. He would always cherry pick the tournaments that he wanted to play. No wonder he won the Arnold Palmer Invitational so many times, because he was always playing the same tournaments. It was a cherry picking process. These guys are starting to do that, and they've got to do it in a ranking sense. People like Littler, they're going to be in World Series events and they have commitments, but then you just weigh it up with the ranking action as well. And as far as Littler's tournament is concerned, he's done it well.
Keep your comments coming into us on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. We're very grateful to have you part of the team. It's gone to penalties in Basel between England and Spain in the Women's Euro Finals over on talkSPORT. Speaking of women's darts, earlier today it was the Women's World Matchplay, won by Lisa Ashton, beating Fallon Sherrick in a deciding leg. Brilliant game it was too. And after winning, I caught up with Lisa backstage. But first, let's hear how she won it.
Sherrick, who's had troubles on double 18 today, has got it to win 6-5.
6 match darts missed. Make that 7. 8, double 9 across the board. And that is pulled badly into the single 14. Lisa Ashton, 64 for the title.
She's got tops, and she hits tops! It's destiny for Ashton! The missing piece of the puzzle has been found in Lancashire, and the rose has bloomed!
I feel over the moon at the minute. I think it's still in shock, but yeah, I'm so happy.
What does it mean to you, particularly as a Lancastrian, to have come here to Blackpool and got the job done when you've had 3 previous attempts?
Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, it's lovely to play at this venue ever, but to do it on my own terms is extra, and the crowd have had support with me. I couldn't have anything better.
Talk to me about your afternoon. It wasn't just about the final, because obviously it's all in one big hit, and it seemed like you settled in after a slightly nervy start. There was lots of nerves out there for lots of the players. Once you settled in, some of your clutch finishing was right up there.
I'm just happy I got them right. But no, yeah, the first game's always nervous, because you just want to play and show everybody what you can do. So I thought, right, I've just got to stay steady, because I'd get that win and then focus on the next game.
And Fallon in the final, it wasn't Bo. Bo was not there. You took care of that, and that must have given you so much confidence to go forward to the final.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think they changed the game before. She was missing them when they hit 140. So I think that changed the game for me, gave me a bit more confidence. So yeah, and then it's not an easy group, no one is, but then when you've got Bo and then you've got to play Fallon.
Well, you've earned this, haven't you? I mean, for everything that you've achieved in the game and everything that you've done in terms of breaking down barriers, this was one thing that kind of eluded you.
Yeah, I've been here and I thought, right, I'll just hopefully get it done this weekend and that. But yeah, this is definitely top of my CV at the minute now.
Lisa Ashton, winner of the Women's World Matchplay. You heard it live on talkSPORT 2 this afternoon. Mark Wilson and Paul Nicholson were in the commentary box for that one. And after the semi-final disappointments that she suffered in the previous years, what a lovely moment for the Lancashire Rose to get over the line, Nico.
Yeah, she rode her luck a bit. Fallon Sherrick had a stack of darts to win the title for a second time. She will be hurting a little bit, obviously. She's a great competitor and a great advocate for ladies darts. But for one reason or another, Lisa Ashton was able to find the answers today. There was a key 140 finish against Bo Greaves in the semi-finals. She doesn't hit that, then maybe she doesn't even get through to the final. But new ground for Lisa today, making her first final and able to take it to the last leg. I don't know what it is about Sherrick and Ashton. That is the game in ladies darts, even when they're not the best player in the world. It was an astonishing tournament.
I can tell you that England's women have won the European Championships. Chloe Kelly with the critical penalty. And England are reigning European champions. They've won it twice in a row under Serena Wiegmann, live over on talkSPORT. Many congratulations to the Lionesses. 1-1 after extra time, but they got it done on penalties.
Somebody check on Joe Shannon. He's been put through the ringer the last few weeks.
Yeah, he's got no voice left. It's like a piece of hamburger, Joe's larynx, I'm sure, after all the goals he's commented on. But well done indeed to England's Lionesses.
Good day for the girls. Paige Pauling also today,
yeah,
winning the JDC Girls Series, beating Rebecca Allen in the final. And the standard of that was remarkable.
I came out to watch that with you, and the rat-a-tat-tat style, it's very much in the style of the muscle memory throwers that we see, like Luke Littler, like Michael Smith, players like that, and the quality.
Well, Rebecca Allen actually beat Paige, and she was favourite to win the JDC Junior Power League, the girls version of that. So it was sweet revenge for Paige, and they're two girls that I think they're 16 and 17. They wouldn't have been out of place playing in the women's series.
Just a word about going back to Lisa. How nice to get recognition on this stage. You know, she's been one of the leaders of the women's game for a long time, when it, maybe women's
just
darts wasn't
out
as fashionable as it is now. We're all talking about Fallon, we're all talking about Bo Greaves, but Lisa Ashton has been there throughout, and it was just nice to see that rewarded today. I was really pleased for her.
And the bookmakers were happy because Bo Greaves didn't get the job done, and she was such a short price favourite.
I think they had their fingers burnt last night by the 9-darter and the 170.
Quite possibly. They might just have made it back. I don't know. Anyway, many congratulations to Lisa Ashton, a new name on the Women's World Matchplay trophy. Now, the Winter Gardens filling up, the anticipation building second upon second. There is not a spare seat to be had either on the ground. There'll be 10 deep at the bar right at the back, and the balconies will be full as well. People straining to get a glimpse of what's about to happen on that stage between the machine, James Wade, and the nuke, Luke Littler. So, as we get ready for the players to enter the fray in the next 10 to 15 minutes or so, it's time we got an odds update with our friends at William Hill.
In the Zone on talkSPORT 2 with William Hill. 18+, gambleaware.org.
And Lee Phelps has been good enough to join us once again. Evening to you, Lee.
Good evening. You're looking forward to this one. It's fascinating, isn't it? I've just been listening to our colleagues on talkSPORT, and the Lionesses bringing it home. I wonder which one of these two is going to celebrating tonight. 1-2-7, Luke Littler. 9-2, James Wade. Big price for Wade.
A 2-horse race, and it's at 9-2. I've got Chris Mason gently shaking his head alongside me here, Lee.
I get it. I get it, because if you actually break their performances down, and not just from here as well, we can't have too much recency bias as well, because when James Wade has played Luke Littler, especially this year, he's had a stinker. His average in those 3 matches, if you accumulate them all, is only 90.
Yeah, it's not great, and we can't say anything against the odds this week, because let's face it, all of the odds for the people playing Littler were correct, because he's in the final and they're not.
I know a fair few people that took you on at the 35-1, I think James Wade wasn't he, at the start?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think he's one of those players who, he's been a lot about his longevity, hasn't there? And from I know you guys have been talking about it on social media. And if he's there, he's in with a chance, isn't he? I think you're right that obviously the odds have come in, but I mean, if you're sat on a 1-7 shot or a 1-10 shot and you're sweating with like 2 legs to go, I mean, it's not the kind of bet you want to be having, isn't it?
No.
There's
Usually the
one in Littler at 1-7.
The 1-7 shots, you sort of just put your feet up and sip a nice glass of red, thinking, what am I going to spend that money on?
Yeah, hopefully. But you won't be surprised to know that no one's backing Littler at 1-7. There's quite a lot of interest in James Wade at 92 as well. I mean, there's a few price boosts here. Our ambassador Wayne Mardle's gone for Wade plus 2.5 on the handicap at 100 to 30. Obviously, Littler hasn't done it the easy way. I know that wouldn't have landed last night in the end, winning by 3. James Wade over 2 checkouts over 99 is 7-2.
That's my pick.
At least 180 in each of the opening 3 legs is 4-1. We've seen that a lot especially in the Littler matches. The 180s have matched the number of legs early on. If you remember last night, I think I went for over 29.5. It landed on 29, of course. That's what happens in betting, isn't it? And I was praying, listening to you guys going, just throw another 180. Didn't come in. But here's the one I like. Over 21 180s. And over 4 checkouts, over 99 in the match. That's priced up at 92. I don't mind that one. Of the price boost, that's my favourite of the lot. And I'm going to go back in on the 180s as well. I'm going to stick to Littler because obviously Littler's, I think he's 1-10 in the match bet in 180s. Obviously he threw 15 last night, 18 the night before. I'm going to go for over 14.5 180s for Littler. As we said last night, it means the match has to go long. I think it does go long. I think Littler wins, but I think it will be I think Wade is playing really well. I think he'll take him as far as he possibly can. I'm going to go for over 14.5 180s. That landed last night, would have landed the night before, and that's 13-8 for Littler.
Yeah, 10 180s or more for Littler in this final, and he will set a new record for 180s in a match play, beating Adrian Lewis from 2013. And there's a lot of people who thought that record would stand for a very, very long time. 12 years, apparently not being a long time.
No, I like James Wade, 3 checkouts or more of over 99, because I think on a lot of occasions, because he's going to get out-muscled in this one, he's going to get outscored, he's going to get out-maxed, that's for sure. He's going to be looking at a lot of 101s, 121s and 161s.
Yeah, 7-2 the price. And actually, when you look at the stats, I mean, we know that the average is better for Littler. We know that it hits more 180s. But actually, when you look at the checkout percentages, you'd say Wade's got it over Littler in the championship. So going along with what you just said there, mate, he's getting it done, isn't he? Whatever it is, if I can go 3 or more over 99 checkouts, he's well within his head.
Absolutely. And listen, this match has got 30 legs in it minimum, I think, and that's if it's a bit of a disastrous night for Wade. And you're right on the finishing, 57 from 109 for James Wade, 52%. Luke Littler down at 38%. He's had a few wobbles in that department, yes, but the fact that he's averaging pretty much 104.5 with a 38% checkout ratio tells me we could see something big.
Lee, thank you very much indeed. As always, we've got to leave it there. But thanks as always for your time throughout this tournament. Lee Phelps joining us from William Hill. Those were the very latest odds with our friends at William Hill. Please gamble responsibly. It's 18 plus only. The website you need, begambleaware.org.
In the zone on talkSPORT 2 with William Hill. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Ian Danter here alongside Paul Nicholson and Chris Mason. Mark Wilson will be in the commentary box shortly to guide you through the introduction of the players and the start of the World Matchplay final. I just want to throw one little question at you, unless there's something that's coming on the chat there, particularly Mace.
No, nothing's catching my eye at the moment.
I just wanted to ask you guys, we've had a few comments from some of the older guard. Gary Anderson saying players are boring. James Wade saying I preferred playing darts when darts was darts, as he called it, between 2004 Talk to me about the state of the game now.
Well, we live in a much different world. There wasn't phones and headphones and little earbuds, and there was none of those kind of distractions, and we would all very much sit and chat and practice together. I've noticed it from working on the Pro Tours and seeing how the players are quite individual. You see someone like Merv King, he will always have someone that he's having a natter and a practice with, and Gary the same, he'll be up there with Ryan. But a lot of the younger players, they do keep themselves to themselves. And you know, years ago we would, you know, we play darts, go out and get up in the morning and just get back on with it. You just carried on. Nowadays, probably the schedule has a lot to do with it, and it's just different. It's more of a, it's more of a sport now than it's ever been, because you have to give it the respect it demands, otherwise it just swallows you up, Nico.
I remember the 2012 World Grand Prix at the City West in Dublin, and after I'd won my first game, I might have lost in the first round. I'm thinking about the right year though. I'm reading the programme, and there was a section in it about myself, Wes Newton and Kevin Painter listening to music before we played, almost zoning out. It was actually in the programme because it was so strange. You look at the practice room now, it's actually strange to see someone without it. So that's how things have changed. People were bringing personal devices into practice rooms, and trust me, they weren't Discmans or Walkmans. We're talking about things where you can actually download music and listen to whatever you want. It might be music, it might be some sort of self-help talk. That's become more ubiquitous in the sport. As a result of that, it means that people talk to each other less in these kinds of practice facilities. When I was playing here in 2012, 2013, people like Colin Lloyd were in the practice room, Andy Smith, Adrian Lewis. The banter was just constant. But over the years, things have changed. The younger generation, they want to be left alone to focus in their own way.
I bet it's the same in any individual sport, right? Whether it's tennis, whether it's snooker.
Yeah, look at the footballers getting off the coach.
Well, and that's a team sport.
Yeah, there you go. Like if I was a manager, they would be banned.
Well, some managers did. One of the first managers I ever knew, and used to interview, Ray Grayton, used to be Warsaw's manager at the back end. He banned mobile phones. He banned long hair. He was a real stickler for what you might call traditions.
I mean, Dirk will have his earbuds in, right up until the walk-on. He'll just pop them out, and you'll often see him put them back in the case on stage, and then he'll just put some sort of ear plugs in.
Well, what's for sure, we are entering an era of darts where it is more popular than it has ever been. More star names vying for major titles than there have ever been. And there's one man that stands at the very top of that, Luke Littler, the world champion, looking to pick off major after major. Won the UK Open this year in March. The man he beat, James Wade, is the man he's up against tonight. Can James Wade win his second World Matchplay 18 years after the first, or will Luke Littler usurp Wade to become the youngest Matchplay champion? You'll find out next with Mark Wilson picking up commentary here on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel here at Blackpool's Winter Gardens. Don't go anywhere.
It's game on. PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025 on talkSPORT 2.
Be match ready for all the epic European tournament action with Carling, the beer of football. Whether you're watching the game in your local pub or supporting from the comfort of your sofa, get your mates together and enjoy the match with Carling. The games, the goals and the gang you share it with. How's that for an unbeatable lineup? Make matchday memories that last a lifetime with Carling, the beer of football. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Party weekend, here we come, babes. You've got the tickets?
Check.
Sunscreen?
Check.
Ironic 90s bucket hat?
Check.
You've defo looked at the train times?
Checking now. Here's something else you should check. If you're travelling by train this August bank holiday weekend, between Saturday the 23rd and Monday the 25th of August, some journeys may be affected as we make improvements to the railway. Please check before you travel at nationalrail.co.uk/August.
Think summer can't get any better? It just did with Deliveroo's new Freshness Promise. Your fresh and chilled groceries are covered to give you peace of mind. Enjoy freshness or your money back. So whether you're grilling sausages and veggies in the garden or refilling the fridge with milk and more after your holiday, look out for the Freshness Promise badge in the Deliveroo app today. Now just got even better. Selected partners and items only. See badge in at geographical restrictions, fees and T's and C's apply. See delivery.co.uk and FAQs.
Who are you backing at Glorious Goodwood? The favourite.
Hi, mate,
The
okay?
favourite. The favourite, without a doubt. This Glorious
Okay.
Goodwood, everyone's backing the free favourite pull-out in the sun. It's jam-packed with race cards, form guides and Templegate's tips for all the runners and riders. Get your free favourite pull-out in the sun every day of Glorious Goodwood.
On DAB+, online, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker.
Titanic tussle of the tungsten.
PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025.
Strap yourselves in for this one.
Live on talkSPORT 2.
And he's well inside with that dart. Double 9 for the match. Yes! James Wade gets over the line in a classic.
But it can't be ignored that Wade is playing a fabulous tournament. And the endurance factor of both players there, my word. I tip my hat to both of them for a place in the final.
He's hit the treble 18, double 16. First dart for Littler. Wraps it up.
Got every ingredient to be what he is. He's a generational great, isn't he, already?
Two talents going head-to-head here. The veteran James Wade, who played in the match play final even before Luke Littler was born. But the teenager comes here as a world champion, hoping to add the match play to his ever-growing list of talents. The atmosphere here is electric. Pretty good as well over in Switzerland, where the Lionesses have just retained the Women's Euros. All the reaction to that is right now over on talkSPORT with Adrian Durham and the team. Well done to Serena Wiegman and co there. Well done to Lisa Ashton, Women's World Matchplay champion earlier on. Just one question left after 9 hectic days here at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. Who will prevail? Will it be James Wade picking up a second title, or will it be Luke Littler getting his hands on a first? The action is just moments away. Mark Wilson with Chris Mason for the opening part of the final. Get your comments coming in on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube page. Lots of you getting involved. Please like and subscribe along with that. Will be you can watch along with us on that one. Mace, you played in the era of Phil Taylor. For James Wade to be as good as he was, win as much as he did, you know, he's been going toe-to-toe with greatness for a long time. He's still going toe-to-toe with greatness tonight.
Well, he's been through several different generations of being around John Lowe, Cliff Lazarenko, Eric Bristow, and him struck up an amazing friendship, an unlikely friendship. And then, of course, the dominance of Taylor, and then MVG, and now Humphreys, Littler, Michael Smith, and Adrian Lewis era as well. And like you say, in and amongst those great players, Dennis Priestley, just the names just keep popping up in my head. Because we were sort of, well, I've always said he made his debut against me in 06, and then I thought, well, I knew him before that anyway. You could tell he was super talented, but to come up with those titles across that span of time, and listen, he's now 18 legs away, or possibly more, from picking up a major that he won 18 years ago. To just still be playing would be some feat. Never mind being in a final with a tournament average of 100.61, and he's just remarkable, and especially what he goes through mentally as well. Well documented the problems that James has. I just think it's incredible, and I'm with him. He doesn't necessarily get the credit maybe he deserves, or the accolades, because I think everybody genuinely talks about everybody else because of the way they do it. James doesn't make it maybe look as exciting because he's not quick, he's not particularly flamboyant. He's just a super pro.
I think when you see great players on a regular basis, you rather take for granted how great they are, and you just assume that they're going to be great. And I think maybe that's why he does go unnoticed, because he'll always chip in and have a good run. I mean, the last 12 months for him have been absolutely phenomenal.
Well, yeah, even prior to this tournament and this week, if you look at all the metrics and the movement in terms of his ranking, you know, he wins this year, he goes well into the top 4, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And that will give the powers that be, I'm sure, decisions to make, but that will happen in due course.
But this version of James Wade, you want him in the Premier League, don't you?
Yeah, I think he's also a reformed character, but I think he's realising that maybe his media personality maybe needs to change a touch.
Yeah, well, that's another aspect, isn't it? You know, it's a bit like me saying about what does Daryl Gurney expect? But when you sort of behave in a certain way in front of the media, you know, they're not going to give you a pass out. You make a mistake in those moments, they'll flame you. I'd like to think we have a different mentality. So mine's more of a protective measure with James. I'm like, don't give him anything to quote you with. That's what I said to him the other night. Just smile and say yes and no, and just think about your answers.
Luke Littler this week, look, we're around the players a lot. He looks to me to be a young man that's enjoying himself here. The way he's played, the way he speaks after. He's a game away, I won't say from greatness, but he's already the world champion. He's won the Premier League, he's won a host of major tournaments.
He's already cemented his name in the record books, hasn't he? And, you know, potentially he could break another record tonight. I think Nico mentioned it. If he hits 10 180s tonight, he beats Adrian Lewis's 12-year-old record.
You've joined us live on Sky Sports for the final of the Betfred World Matchplay, brought to you by the PDC. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to you live from the iconic Winter Gardens, Blackpool! For the thousands joining us live, and the millions joining us around the world, it's time to meet the finalists. Ladies and gentlemen, 32 players came, and now 2 remain. Would you please welcome our finalists? Firstly, from Aldershot, England. Ladies and gentlemen, he's taking part in his 20th consecutive World Matchplay. The winner of 10 televised titles, a former World Matchplay champion. He's simply known as the Machine, James Wade.
If there's a more at-walk-on song in the world of darts, I'm not quite sure which one it is. 20th successive World Match Play appearance, his 7th final. That's over 1 in 3 he gets to the final. He has been in outstanding form. Career best here at the Match Play. Round 1 as he beat Joe Cullen and beat him so well. He kicked on from that and carried on winning, carried on with the big numbers as he beat Wessel Nijman, averaging 102.53, and then overcame Jan van Veen in a cracker, 16-13. And what about last night, as Wade met Clayton, and it took them 38 legs to slug it out before Wade eventually got over the finishing line. The biggest worry I've got for James Wade, he might have writer's cramp when he gets on the hockey, because he's just signed about 200 autographs en route. But eventually makes his way to the stage. All in black, nothing fancy about his appearance. And he's a dart player.
The crowd have really taken to him this week, haven't they? There's definitely been a noticeable change in the attitude towards James, and they've given him plenty of support in every match that he's played. And the one that shocked me was against Joe Cullen, who's normally so popular here.
Titles worldwide, a reigning UK Open champion, the reigning Grand Slam champion, the former Premier League champion, and the reigning champion of the world. It's Luke, the Duke.
Quite a stern look on the face of young Mr. Littler. looking to get his hands on the title. An embrace with his mum and his partner as he makes his way on, a high five and a hug from his dad. Team Littler here in big numbers, hoping that Luke will become the match play champion. There is no better place to be than here at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool on match play finals night. Will it be Wade? Will it be Luke Littler? We will find out. Hugh Ware, our referee for the night. And a massive crowd again, Chris. It truly is the hottest ticket in town. And after last night, it truly is the greatest tournament on earth.
Yeah, well, they've already, I think a lot of the tickets for next year's already gone on pre-sale, such is the demand for this tournament. Only holds around about 2,500, but I think there's a few more than that in here tonight. It is standing room only wherever you look. Just people are just trying to get a look at the stage and soak up the atmosphere with these players. It is a special moment. This one night a year. Yes, the Worlds is incredible, and going to be even more incredible this year with the winner taking away £1 million, which is, well, just remarkable. I never thought I'd say that in my lifetime.
No. Littler will beat Ryan Searle, average 108.92, beat him 10-2. He then had to come from behind, 7-2 behind to beat Jermaine Watermain at 13-11. Then another cracker, Littler 16-14 to win over Gilding, average 103.91, before last night averaging 107.5 to see off Josh Rock, brave in defeat by 17 legs to 14. James Wade, 42 years of age, taking on the youngster Luke Littler, 18 years of age here. And their recent head-to-head, they've met 5 times. It's 4-1 in favour of Littler, and in 2025 he has dominated him. Wade's got the throw then here in the final. It is a first to 18 unless we get to 17 all, and Wade off with a 2-treble 1-3-4 opener.
Yeah, won the ball upstairs by hitting the ball. Littler hit a 25, but, well, there's no feeling out here, is there? Wade straight in with a 1-3-4. Littler responds with a 140. 177 for James Wade. Well, any concerns or worries alleviated fairly early with this one. Game on.
It is game on. 181 Littler, Wade at the hockey now. 190 reduced by 80, reduced by a ton, leaves 90. He will get a go at it. Littler on 181.
I think we universally felt, Mark, that it was imperative that Wade made a good start. That doesn't mean that Littler can't peg him back, because he's done it so many times already. Double 15 for an 11-dart opener. Oh my goodness, we could be in for something very, very special.
Yeah, that is a sensational opening leg from Wade. He's got to start well. We saw Watermain start well. We saw Gilding start well, and Josh Rock start well. All those games went close. If you let this kid Littler get away from him, as Ryan Searle did in the opening round, he's pretty tough to haul back in.
Yeah, well, almost impossible. He plays at such a high level. This leg started a little bit more sedately with a couple of 60s and a 42 from Littler.
Wade back in the red bit, looking to put some early pressure on. He's looking for a first maximum. James Wade will be tired, they said. He might run out of steam, they said. He looks like a steam train at the minute.
He does. A really big one. Wow, what a start. He's averaging 100. I know only a leg in, but just as an indicator of the kind of start he's made to this match.
He's now 1-2-1 after 9. Littler's on 3-1-4. Not going to be in a minute.
Well, what was Lee Phelps saying about the 180s?
Loose start from Wade, who's going for treble 17. He hit big threes, only 41 scored. So Littler, this is to hold throw, by the way, 1-3-4. Treble 19 hit, and again, double 10 for parity.
Well, James Wade's heart would have been in his mouth But he's still got work to do here on 80. Single 20. He's just trying to navigate around that dart, but not put a blocker in place, which is exactly he's done. He's gone all the way back to the other side. That is a remarkable dart. He moved 2 foot to the right, around 3 foot to the left, and just slots it home for a break of throw in 15.
Phenomenal start. Very early days, a long battle ahead here.
60.
Only 60 for Wade.
Took the words out of my mouth.
58.
We're not seeing the scoreboard. Possibly try refreshing as Wadey piles in his third 180 in as many legs and a 177.
140.
Wade's in again here. 261 plays 303. Wade with 80 and 2. He's down to a finish 161. Littler on 303. We're looking at 19. 7 of them to leave the big fish. There's 3 of them. Can he get? Oh, he's going to come away. Leaves a 167.
Yeah, didn't like the lie of that second dart. It was just sort of hanging like it had fallen on the floor if he got anywhere near it. Single 20 for Wade. Moves right, finds the treble. He'll come out of there. 81 left. Oh, I like that play. He's taken the 25 off to leave single to double. And the 167's not going to go for Littler, so he could find himself 3-0 down if James Wade can find single 16 and tops.
There's a single, and there's top. He could not have walked up to the ball, Chris Mason, and put it in any better had he done that.
Phenomenal. He is just giving Luke Littler scraps at the moment. Luke's had 1 dart at a double. James 3 from 3.
This has been some start. Yeah, for those of you, if you're having problems on the old YouTube, I've just popped it on mine. It's there, it's fine, it's all working.
Yeah, may need just like a little refresher or something, and then press the live button.
140.
113 plays 104 in the average department.
Stunning start to this match. Everything we expected and more. Treble 19 for James from 265. 5 of them need 170, and that's exactly what he's left.
Well, he's going to get a look at the 170.
Yeah, Littler should be okay here as long as he finds a treble, which he does with his last dart. Left it late. He's down to 113.
170's on. Oh, second dart, bit of adrenaline in that one.
Yes, they really sort of over-rotated with dart 2.
$83 then for falls in.
This is looking a tough ask for Luke Littler at the moment. Double 9 for James Wade. Double 9 pinned, of course. The double breaker throw is in. He has the darts to go into that break 5-0, but fear not. Luke Littler was 5-0 down against Josh and 7-2 down against Watamina.
He was. 140 to start off the 5th leg for Wade. 2-2 on the 180 count.
100.
It's been a 177 as well for Wade.
Yeah, came in leg 1 where he produced an 11 darter. He is yet to miss a dart at a double.
100.
Luke Littler, if you had any doubt about which James Wade was turning up tonight, then Wade has been phenomenal. this week. Absolutely phenomenal.
Well, when you're breaking personal bests after being at the same venue for 20 years, and in your 20th year you do post a personal best, you know that's a player in form and in top form. 180 from Littler, gets him down to 161. Wade 121, treble 20's found. Just having a look to see what Littler's on. Single 11. Right, he's chased the treble, paid the price, will leave tops.
Yeah, he's annoyed at himself. That was silly. 161 can't go on the back of the max. Above and below it, hits the treble 17. So for a 5-0 lead at the break, James Wade needs tops. Finally, he's missed the dart at a double. And another one. This is big. Double 5 for 5-0, and he's missed. So Wade misses, and he misses big time.
And that's how good Wade is. He is absolutely astonished he's not hit a double. Treble 10 is found. Oh, wires tops. An inside wire 10. That's the problem when you're not getting a lot of pokes in a game, but when you do get them, the pressure is magnified.
Double 5 for 5-0, a safe first dart. But Wade hits the double 5 to hit 5 legs. What a start from Wade. He missed 4 darts in that leg, and he's still averaging 104.38 early on. Littler's 98.05 is virtually a scoring average. Only 3 goes at a double. It's game on at the Winter Gardens, and the world champ is not happy. He stayed on stage practicing his darts. He'll be hoping to get a few more at doubles. We'll be back on the other side of this as Wade leads Littler by 5 legs to 0.
Hitting the bullseye. PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025 on talkSPORT 2.
talkSPORT Breakfast in partnership with Arnold Clark. We guarantee the best used car deals in the UK. Move up through the gears every morning with top of the range sports edition, ABS, story breaking news, and more gold sold to the gallon. Plus a stellar lineup of super celebrity sports guests as standard. talkSPORT Breakfast every weekday morning from 6 on talkSPORT with Arnold Clark. We guarantee the best used car deals in the UK.
So whoever finds this letter, if my car broke down, there was nothing nearby, and they've already eaten my meal deal sandwich. Please tell my wife that I love her, and that she was right. This jacket isn't waterproof. Signed, Daniel S. Oh, actually, scrap that. Green flags just arrived. Blimey, less than an hour.
Local rescue, nationwide. Nothing beats near. Green flag.
On average, we get to breakdowns in under an hour based on app and phone call-outs combined between July 24 and June 25.
There's nothing like the smell of lingonberries and gravy in summer. So we are offering half-price main meals and children's meals every weekday for IKEA family members. From Swedish meatballs for £2.75 to not-so-Swedish pasta for £1.45. We call it wonderful weekday dishes. IKEA, the wonderful everyday. T's and C's and exclusions apply. Find out more at ikea.co.uk.
The talkSPORT app, yeah. Swipe left for talkSPORT 2.
Okay.
And hit a hole-in-one with live PGA Tour golf. Swipe right for talkSPORT. With the all-new Superstar Breakfast featuring Alan Brazil, Jeff Stelling, Ali McCoy, and the other guy. Give your phone the finger. The talkSPORT app. What are you waiting for? Download it from your app store.
All the double top drama. PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025 on talkSPORT 2.
Live from the Winter Gardens, what a day of sport. Lisa Ashton already, the PDC Women's World Matchplay winner, having beaten Fallon Sherrock in the final. The last leg decider after Sherrock missed 9 darts for the title. Just heard and seen England's Lionesses win over on talkSPORT. They've won the Euros, they retained the Euros, they beat Spain on penalties. And here James Wade leads Littler by 5 legs to 0. We were chatting about what we thought might happen before, Chris, before we came on air at 7 o'clock with a build-up tonight. And I did say to you, the best thing that could happen for us as a neutral is if Wade goes 5-0 up. Well, he has gone 5. I didn't expect him to, but he has done.
Yeah, and Luke Littler is still 8-15 favourite, 5-0 down. Remarkable. James Wade is 11-8. So they still believe and think Littler's still got this in the bag.
Yeah, you're watching and listening talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel.
It'd have to be a big wobble, wouldn't there, for this not to be competitive?
Yeah.
I mean, I expect Littler to come back in this session, but even if he wins the session 3-2, he's still going to find himself 7-3 down at the second break.
Well, the comments are saying, hang on, he was 5-0 down yesterday and won. He was 7-2 down Automata, he won. It's not irreversible.
But as I said, all of those players that he's come back and won against ain't as good as James Wade. But I expect him to come back. But it's not going to be...
Well, did the break, Chris, come at a good time for Littler?
Yeah, I think so. Just to get him off stage, and it's just take Wade out of his rhythm. He had that momentum. He'd have been quite happy to stay up there for an hour without a break.
Well, you checked the odds at William Hill, and he was still a heavy favourite, wasn't he, Littler? That tells you everything.
Absolutely. But Wade averaged 104.38 in that session, 98.05 for Littler. So, there's nothing sort of standing out on the page in front of me in looking at any of the metrics. So I expect Littler to find some extra in this session.
Well, he's finding something extra here, because after 9 darts, he's down to 81, and Wade is still in the 400s.
Wadey very nearly backing him up with a 1-8 of his own.
81 hitting 2, that's an 11 dart. Holder throw for Luke Littler, he's on the board.
Well, that's quite incredible. The first session was started by Wade on throw. Leg 1 with an 11 darter with a 177 in the leg, 7-7 in the leg. Luke Littler a 1-8 in the leg, gone out in 11. Remember, Wade went on to win that session 5-0. Is there a bit of darting deja vu happening here?
Quite possibly, quite possibly.
Also, congratulations to Paige Pauling, who won the JDC Girls Series today, beating Rebecca Allen in what was a great advert for the game. It was a special final.
Yeah, this has got the makings of being special as well, because Littler's on a bit of a charge here. Wade's going to have to hit him back. 3-4-8, 2-6-5. Wade at the hockey now has lost the darts here. A ton nudges him in front, but only just.
Littler in a great spot here to break and win back-to-back legs. 98 leaves him 167, not for the first time in this match.
Wade just struggling there, couldn't find a treble, so 2 visits here at the 167. Might not need 2 visits, Will, because he can't get the treble 19.
Not sure he would have gone for that anyway.
Well, Littler's still got 72 left here, and Wade's going to be sat behind him on 48.
Yeah, I know I'd be rather could be going out, but he's hit the 48 for 24, pinned. 11 dart is followed by a 14 dart break and throw. And remember, he was 5-0 down to Josh Rock, won the next 2 sessions 3-2 before walloping him with a 5-0 session scoreline of his own. Remember, I said he was a quick learner. There you go.
Yeah, he stayed out on stage for a little bit and he was angry. He's angry now. He's won 2 legs on the spin. He's averaged 122.36 in those 2 legs.
Yeah, just 25 darts used to win legs 6 and 7. Littler getting the support.
I think they're going to sing Forever's Behind, Chris.
Yes.
I think if Littler goes in front, they'll be singing for Wade. They want this to go all like it did last time. They're greedy.
140.
Well, Littler's down to 1-2-4 on his own throw here, and that 5-leg advantage is slipping through the hands of Wade.
Yeah, he's getting reeled in here. Trouble 20 is found, trouble 16 is hit, double 8. Ooh, thought it was in. It's too quick for the spotter or the cameraman.
It is.
One of them. Wouldn't be the spotter, I can tell you that for sure.
2-8 for Wade. Littler waits on double 8.
96.
Wade just really slowly collects his dart. Double 8 on the outside. Double 8 on the outside. What can he see? Plenty. 5-3.
Yeah, Wade just trying to take a little bit of the pace out of the game. Interestingly, neither player sort of getting hot under the collar. So that tells me that they're both a little bit more comfortable than they were last night. Although, early stages, I know.
There's 2 treble. Salvo has him in front on the Wade throw. Only 1 treble for Wade. His scoring's just lightened off, hasn't it, here?
Yeah,
Wade?
well, he was averaging 104 after that first 5-leg session, and it's dipped to around 90 at the moment, and Luke's just moving through the gears. He's averaging 118.7 in this session so far. And this is on Wade's throw, and he's, well, got him by the short and curlies at the moment. 184 Littler, 182 Wade.
Yeah, Littler at the hockey 80 scored. Make that 140 to leave 44. This is what's known as a charge from the Nuke. It's the bull there, Wadey. He leaves 55. Littler needs 44. 12 for double 16, his preferred route. Now double 8. He's hit this a few times. He hits it again. That's 4 on the spin. And he's throwing for a level match.
Yep, has the darts here for literally roles reversed. Lost the first mini session 5-0. The response looks like a perfect one.
Yes, it has been a devastating burst of scoring and a much improved display of finishing. Don't forget, keep liking and subscribing over on the old YouTube feed. Lots of you doing that now.
Well, we've nearly completed 10 minutes and 10 legs, and Wade's far from quick, and we're only 13 minutes old in terms of hockey time.
100.
Littler on throw, 267 minus whatever he can muster here, which might be a 6 maximum. It's not quite.
Well, he's halfway there to the 10 he needs to break Adrian Lewis's record.
140.
He's sticking in, Wade, but he'll be glad of the break this time. 136 is on. Not now, it's not. 16 will leave tops.
Yeah, that's okay. Tops after 12. The winning legs in this session, 11, 14, 15, 12. The possibility of a 13 darter.
96 for Wade, who pulls one of his funny faces. Tops for 5 all. Make that 2 10s. Right in the heart of the bed, and a celebration from the Nuke. The opening 10 legs have been a tale of 2 halves. The first 5 went the way of the machine. The second 5 in favour of Luke the Nuke, who's speaking to the referee there. I don't know if there's something he's not happy with. He's going to have a word with you. We'll try to get some information on that shortly. But at the break, it is James Wade 5, Luke Littler 5.
It's game on. PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025 on talkSPORT 2.
Be match ready for all the epic European tournament action with Carling, the beer of football. Whether you're watching the game in your local pub or supporting from the comfort of your sofa, get your mates together and enjoy the match with Carling. The games, the goals and the gang you share it with. How's that for an unbeatable lineup? Make matchday memories that last a lifetime with Carling, the beer of football. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
I need to tell you about the race today. I've just left the girls. We had such a nice day. We all wore something pink. Sue made us all wear pink. Josie pulled out all the stops for the big pink. My sausage rolls went down a storm. And I spotted a jockey wearing pink in the parade ring. So we had to back him. Sue picked the winner in the big race. We got a bottle with the winning. Next thing you know, she's got us all on the dance floor. I've still got the moves. Her dancing was hilarious. We've already booked to come again. Watch out for the ladies in pink.
4 million memories made every year. The going is good. Great British Racing. Search horse racing near me.
It's time to say hello to Hello Mondays at Morrison's. Because starting this Monday, you can enjoy 10% off fresh Market Street counters and cafes. That means 10% off prawns, 10% off pies, 10% off lattes, and 10% off lamb chops. So start your week with a little win. You'll wish Monday lasted all week.
Morrison's to shop at Morrison's.
Majority of stores subject to availability. Excludes online and Morrison's Daily Milk Order at required 18+. Excludes Market Street pre-packed products. See online for details.
The Social, tomorrow afternoon from 3 on talkSPORT 2. An in-depth look at the biggest sports stories.
Bit of boxing, bit of horse racing, even a bit of rugby.
And it's a try!
And some phenomenal guests. If you can't get in this squad after showing the form you showed, I don't think looks too good. This is the place to be.
It's The Social on talkSPORT 2.
Oh, that's a beauty, that's a ripper.
The Social.
Tomorrow afternoon from 3.
It just works, doesn't it? On talkSPORT 2.
Hitting the bullseye. PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025 on talkSPORT 2.
It is all level here in Blackpool. James Wade won the opening 5 legs, but Luke Littler responded with 5 of his own. Wade didn't even get a shot at a double in those legs. 6-10, averaging 100.16. Littler's average is shot at 105.95. All level here. Mark Wilson with Chris Mason at the Winter Gardens in Blackpool.
Yeah, 113.86 the session average for those 5 legs played from Littler. The dip to 95.10 for James, and that was purely a scoring average. Quite remarkable response from Luke the Nuke. But will he continue? There was something, I'm not sure if it's something that James has done or if it's just something that's happening behind Luke Littler, but he had a word with Hugh Ware. Wasn't particularly animated, seemed very calm, so I don't think it's anything to be too concerned about, but we will endeavour to try and find out exactly what it is.
Yeah, well, it was some turnaround there, wasn't it? Finishes of 81, 72, 16, 44 and 40. The dominance of Littler has not been required to go for anything big just yet.
No, 11 darts, 14 darts, 15 darts, 12 darts, 14 darts. That's a little bit special, almost unplayable. But it'd be interesting again. So Wade wouldn't want to come off after 5 in session 1. Session 2, the same will be said for Luke Littler.
Yeah, it will indeed. We're back underway. Wade on throw. Want to just get one in the can here and hold his throw again. He opens up with a 140.
This year, remember, they've met 3 times this year. Once, of course, in the UK Open, but they played 31 legs in total. James Wade only won 5 of them.
Yeah, 3 successive 140s to start the mini session. And then just a steady ton for Littler. He'll be a lot more pleased with his work despite that sluggish opening first 5.
That's the beauty of this long course format, though, isn't it? You do have that capacity to get behind and have the time to try and get it back, which he has done here in some style as he pops in a 6th max as he starts to close in on that Adrian Lewis 180 record.
81 checked out, another 11 dart leg for Wadey.
His second.
7 followed by 24. Littler's response is to hit him with yet another max. That Lewis record is going to be destined for the bin. It will be no more.
Oh no, it won't last here. We're not even halfway through the match. Well, that was 7 consecutive treble 20s, because the final throw of the previous leg was a max, and he started this one with a max. Down to 184. James Wade leads 6-5. He's on 401. 2 single 20s. Ooh, only a 60. That's his 9th trebleless visit. 7 for Littler.
184 reduced by 80. Reduced by 98, leaves 86. For which you'll be back, because Wade's way back here on 3-4-1. Wade leading 6-5.
60.
Nearly 6N for an 11 dart response of his own. Hits single 8, hits the treble 16, and misses double 10 on the inside.
And he will be back. Wade 281. Still giving this plenty of attention. He's found a treble 20 after moving all the way right. And in the end, a great ton, but still not on a finish.
10 for Littler.
Not splitting.
2 missed high. 3 missed. So Wade will be ruining the fact that he's not got within finishing range here. He is now, but it might be too late. 130 scored to leave 51. 10 for Littler. 4 darts missed in this leg. That 5, but that's a good marker. Oh, it's not. The old 3rd dart kill thwarts Wadey and levels up at 6-6.
Yeah, his average was up to 110 prior to missing 5 darts at a double.
58.
Only 58 for Wade. Will that get punished? Single 20, gets treble 19, but he won't stay there. Well, he did, but it looked precarious. Looked like the dart would fall out if anything got near it.
Yeah, well, it didn't. Wade is still scrabbling for a treble. Doesn't find one. That's 2 visits, start of leg 13. Is he about to fall behind for the first time in this match?
A little bit of a snatch there on dart 3 from Littler, but down to 292. Wade at the hockey, 383. Single 20, single 19 in this. Oh, say this trebleless run comes to an end with treble 19.
Yeah.
Down to 287.
But Littler's got the darts. He now looking for cover, can't find it. So Wade has still got an opportunity here. Leg 13 of the match, race to 18. Got to win by 2 though, so if we get to 17-17 we would play on. This has been a really disappointing leg for Wade. He stayed straight, he just can't get the weight of the treble.
Yep. 64 for Littler, takes him down to 170.
This is better. 140 leaves 88. Wade will hope Littler can't get the big fish, but he's in the red bit. Oh, he's in again. Ball for the big fish, just to the left of the target.
Wowzers, that was close, real close. 18 ball for Wade, treble 18 leaves double 7. Usually so good at this.
Can Luke tidy up the 25 and go in front? 5 for double 10 or 9 for double 8? 9 for double 8, 9 double 8 it is. Littler leads for the first time tonight.
Well, the 2 most scrappy legs of the match, and he's won both of them, legs 12 and 13. Won in 18 darts and 17 darts. He won't care, still averaging over 104. And kicks this 14th leg off with a 140, his 12th. Exactly the same amount as James Wade, but the 180 column is telling a different story, and for me, where this game was going to be won and lost.
Littler on throw. 57 gets him down to 304. Wade on 401. Got to get busy now in the trebles. Just below it. He's going to try and crowbar one over the top. He does. That's a great second dart. Well, that's Wade at his best. Almost engineering a shot there.
Yeah, he can be extremely creative when he needs to be. Luke's going to have to do the same here, but he's come up dry. Single 20, single 19, single 18. James Wade back in the red bit from 2-6-1, 2 of them in.
140 to leave, 1-2-1. Littler on 2-4-7. 99 leaves 1-4-8. 1-2-1 then. This is right in his wheelhouse. Treble 17 leaves the bull. Treble 17 he's got. Bull for a level game. James Wade just a fraction too high.
Will he be back? 148, 2 treble 20s. Oh, doesn't get the first, clips the top wire, does get the second dart in the treble 20 and the third.
25 for Wade. This will be 5 double 10. You can gamble responsibly on that one. One dart outside. This is a massive dart. This has got to go in, and it does go in. Wade breaks straight back. I think somebody's getting in the ear hole of Wade here. He reacted there when he went to collect his darts. Not happy with someone maybe shouting or
some kind of walloper whistling, I think. We don't want them in here. Let's get the security boys out there. I don't want a game spoiled like this. We are seeing top-class sport.
Tell you what, I'll pay good money to get the hottest ticket in town, or watch 2 of the best players in the world, and I'll try and spoil it.
Yeah, I'll try and put them off.
Yeah.
So it's rubbish.
Yeah. Well, Wade having opened up with 57, Littler's whacked him back with a max.
Well, this is sort of the pattern I sort of expected the match to start like, Mark, with it just going back and forth. Maybe the odd pattern where a player goes too clear and then he's pegged back. I certainly didn't expect 2 5-0 runs.
No. Wade on throw, 304, 80 behind. He scored 80 with 2. He could do with another treble here. Doesn't find it. Advantage Littler from 2-2-4. 7-7 in the match play final. All around the board there. And a great visit for Littler, gets him down to 97. Wade on 204 is in the red bit. 80 scored, blocks a bit of the bed with that. He's just having to think about this. Can he crowbar one in again? No, he can't. A wall of tungsten kept him out.
Treble 19 to go into the break. 8-7 up, misses it. Double 12 needed.
And double 12 he gets. Littler hits 97. And Littler once again hits the front 8 legs to 7 here. And Luke Littler in front after 15 legs of this final. It's game on at the match play. Wade 7, Littler 8.
All the double top drama. PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025 on talkSPORT 2.
Crosby and Jacobs on your side tomorrow afternoon from 1 on talkSPORT with Tool Station, delivering cutting-edge comment, a catalogue of riveting guests, and drilled-down dialogue to power up your lunchtime. Plus, breaking news, views, and loads of laughs. Don't miss the nation's favourite sporting lunch with the legendary Hawksby and Jacobs tomorrow afternoon from 1 on talkSPORT with Tool Station. Next stop, Tool Station.
Be match ready for all the epic European tournament action with Carling, the beer of football. Whether you're watching the game in your local pub or supporting from the comfort of your sofa, get your mates together and enjoy the match with Carling. The games, the goals and the gang you share it with. How's that for an unbeatable lineup? Make matchday memories that last a lifetime with Carling, the beer of football. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
You've worked hard to build your business, so it's important it's properly protected. At NFU Mutual, Our tradesman insurance has received a 5-star rating by De Facto for the past 10 years. No wonder 9 out of 10 of our business insurance customers renew every year. With agency offices across the UK, we're closer to you, closer to your business, closer to what matters. Search NFU Mutual Builders and Trades Insurance.
To be honest, work had been a slog. I'm a designer, but some nights I was chasing invoices like my full-time job. Now Sage Copilot chases my invoices for me. I just need to click a button and it's done. And I get paid 1 week faster.
Sage Copilot is built with over 40 years of experience helping real businesses like Sophia at Solver Design. That's more than artificial intelligence, that's authentic intelligence. Search Sage Copilot to learn more. Working with 21 customers, each round payment schemes. Sundays faster with Sage Copilot. T's and C's apply.
PGA Tour Wyndham Championship on talkSPORT 2. Hear full swing-by-pitch-by-putt commentary of all the action direct from Greensboro, North Carolina. PGA Tour Wyndham Championship, Thursday night from 10 on talkSPORT 2.
On DAB+, online, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker.
He's hit it again! PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025. Direct from the Winter Gardens, Blackpool.
What's going on here?
Live on talkSPORT 2.
We're live at a baking hot Winter Gardens, Blackpool, where the darting action has been red hot. James Wade racing to a 5-0 lead. Littler pegged him back at 5-5. They then went level 7-7 before right on that break. Luke Littler got the throw and took it off James Wade to win the leg. 8-7 in front, race to 18. Chris Mason, just the start really we wanted.
Yeah, it's been a hard one, so we're out at 5-0. Wadey was outstanding, averaging nearly 105 in that first session. The response from Littler, tremendous, 113.86 as he reeled off 5, nip and tuck in that third mini session. But I'm calling it now. I think that 12 dart breaker throw might be key, because there was a look on the face of James Wade, of a nod of I'm having to work very hard here just to stay in touch.
Yeah, well, it is 8-7, and it is Littler who will have the throw at the start of the 16th leg. Wade was broken in the 13th leg. He broke straight back and then was broken again. 100. Ton start for the Nuke.
Well, this is even a bigger leg, of course, because on the back of the 12 dart break, you come out and Littler has the darts, but this is, again, he's showed his qualities all week. And he responds with a 140.
140. Littler comes back with the same. Both players averaging over a ton tonight.
105 currently for Littler. Over a ton for James Wade. Back-to-back 140s.
Yeah, I was looking at the averages. 4-1 the lead for Littler in the head-to-heads. All 4 wins, he's averaged over a ton. Looks like that's going to happen again tonight as well.
Yes. And you can't say the same for Wade in those matches. But a different animal this week, that's for sure, is James Wade.
100. Well, 140 gets him down to 81 after 9. The trouble is Littler's on 1-2-1. Treble hit. Single 11 leaves the ball. Bullseye for 9-7. Just misses it.
Didn't expect him to miss that, I'll be honest.
Been pretty good on these, Wade. 81s.
Yeah. He's made a career out of just knocking these out.
Well, he too needs the ball. And Wade misses just over the top.
Well, both landing on the green, but not in the hole.
Yeah, that's it. Double 8. No, he's been astronomical on that part of the board. He's just not missing.
Well, for a player who was pretty much predominantly tops and 10s, felt like that wasn't quite working for him, and he will mix it up on the fly now.
Well, he looks to be getting a bit frustrated. I'm not sure whether that's the crowd or an element of the crowd, should I say, or just himself. 4 of the last 5 legs have gone the way of Luke the Nuke. I think he'd take a 3-2 loss in this little mini session here, Wade. Going 11-9 down, and
he would take that. Yeah. I think Littler has other ideas, although he's just gone off the ball here. Started with 47 and then a treble 20 with his final dart. 3-7-3 Littler. Wade finds a treble 20 from 301, finds another 180, would leave him 1-2-1.
Well, he's leaving this often enough, isn't he?
Well, that was my idea behind the finishes of 99 and more for Wade, because I felt that he was going to have to take these kind of numbers out.
Well, he's hit the treble, so it'll be 11 for Bull. No, he went treble 7 for tops. 14 will leave tops because Littler's a mile away here.
Yeah, but Littler had been on any kind of finish, it would have been 11 Bull. Did look for treble 7 for tops. We'll come back at tops as Littler sort of takes a leg off.
Tops is hit. Always a welcome sign for James Wade fans. It's a holder throw, it stops the little bit of a rot, but back comes Littler on his own throw. 9-8 to the good. Thanks to all those that have liked and subscribed on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Lots of you doing that. It's so important for us and the work that we're doing and the coverage that we bring you as Wade hits another maximum.
Yes, if you aren't subscribed, just please take a moment, hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up. There's literally over 6,000 of you watching. We've only got 268 likes. Show us some love, please.
Wade, having hit that max, has followed it up with a bag of nails. He's not happy. There's someone giving him some stick and he's eyeing up someone. And disappointingly, someone over in the VIP, so it might be in the standing section.
He's having a look now. He's saying, what is that? Well, if where's security? Literally just stick someone over there. Just pull them out.
75.
We have now got someone coming over to have a look. I'll go and do it myself, pal, as soon as we're out of here.
187 Littler, 176 Wade. Littler on throw, treble 19, hit twice, good visit. Gets him down to a 2 dart out of 53. Wade on 176. Don't bust your score, Wade. He's going for 16 to leave tops.
53 then. 13 tops for 10-8.
13 tops, and it is 10-8. This is a massive leg in the match.
Huge. And I'm loving Wade here because he's really trying to create something and make something happen. He's averaging nearly 120 in this session.
It is. Wade 140, followed by 2 treble 20s. Another 140. He's got his scoring back, hasn't he, Wade, these last 3 or 4 legs?
He has for sure. The 180 column is now 2017 in favour of James Wade. The 180 column, 8-4, twice as many for Luke Littler, who's now 2 away from that Adrian Lewis record from 12 years ago.
I think this is the 3rd or 4th time Wade's been 9 darts in on 81.
Yep.
Littler's on 265. He's got 619s. Make that 919s. He's all the way down to 94. 81 for Wade. Joel 19 not hit. 12's the target. Single leaves Bull. Missed it in the last leg. But he does not miss it this time. This is vintage James Wade. His average is up to 103.44. And Littler now has got the throw 10-9 up. Race to 18. He opens up with a maximum.
Incredible from both contributing in an absolute thriller so far. We're still none the wiser who's going to win.
Well, it's one break of throw, isn't it, at the minute?
Yep.
That's all it is. It's one break of throw.
And if Wadey can find a leg like he just found there, he'll get that break back. And you feel at some point he's going to produce a leg like that on the Littler throw. Or Littler's going to have a leg off. Not literally, of course.
Yeah. Littler from 2-2-1. His turn after 9 to be down to a 2-dart out. 87 left. Well, Mace will be leaving the commentary box after this. Dance and Nico will be calling it home from here. Been a pleasure and a privilege as ever, mate.
Yeah, same as, pal. Absolutely loved it. Massive thanks to producer Matt, who keeps everything running like clockwork.
He does, as Littler takes out 87. He leads 11-9. Dance and Nico will take you through the rest of this one. This is far from over. Littler needs another 7 legs minimum, but James Wade is hot on his tail. They'll play to a finish next at the World Matchplay on talkSPORT 2, where James Wade trails Luke Littler by 11 legs to 9.
It's game on. PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025 on talkSPORT 2.
Be match ready for all the epic European tournament action with Carling, the beer of football. Whether you're watching the game in your local pub or supporting from the comfort of your sofa, get your mates together and enjoy the match with Carling. The games, the goals and the gang you share it with. How's that for an unbeatable lineup? Make matchday memories that last a lifetime with Carling, the beer of football. 18 plus, always drink responsibly.
Protect your dog from fleas and ticks with new Front Pro chewable tablets. Easy to give, each tablet offers 1 month's protection, helping to keep your dog happy, healthy and close. Because nothing should come between you. Front Pro chewable tablets from the makers of Frontline. Available online or in-store from pet specialist retailers. For more information, see uk.frontline.com. Contains afloxolana.
Guess what? There's a summer sale now on at Go Outdoors. I've heard there's mega savings on clothing, footwear, bikes, fishing, riding and tents. Ooh, I love a bit of camping. I'm going before they sell out. With your membership £5, T's and C's apply. Go Outdoors. Discover freedom!
Jack's not happy with his workshop. His bench is falling to bits. Half of his drawers won't open, and he can never find the tool he needs for the job. He needs Big Doug. The Big Doug Trade Plus Workshop Collection helps you get organised with great-looking durable workshop equipment. From solid workbenches, shelving, tool storage and even flooring. It all matches, and it's built to withstand the demands of a busy
What you
workshop.
looking at?
Don't make do, make it Big Doug. To browse our huge workshop range,
105.3 here is not even good enough to get in the top 7 of final averages.
Taylor.
Even Lewis in a loss.
All right.
Peter Wright, 2021.
Saddle up for live British
Amazing.
racing on the radio. Download the talkSPORT app and swipe left. Or ask your smart speaker to play talkSPORT 2 to follow all the action. Tuesday afternoon from 1 on talkSPORT 2.
All the double top drama. PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025 on talkSPORT 2.
The Winter Gardens in Blackpool paying host once again to the World Matchplay. The final sees Luke Littler leading James Wade 11 legs to 9 in a race to 18. Nip and tuck the last couple of sessions after that first session where Wade raced into a 5-0 lead, only for Littler to do exactly the same to him. And Wade averaged 115, Paul Nicholson, in that last mini session between legs 16 to 20. 8 points ahead of Littler. He's kind of hanging on, keeping pace to an extent with Littler. This next 5 or 10 minutes, I think, is going to be crucial.
Yeah, I think at this point in the game, Dance, that 115.81 average in the previous session does typify what James is trying to do. He's trying to stay with Luke, who also averaged about 108 in the last 5 legs. But even with 115.81, he's still lost the session 3 legs to 2. So you've got to pick your moments. You've got to have this explosiveness. And what we were talking about at the top of the show with Mace about the fact that he's going to be having to take out key shots. At this point, he's taken out things like 81 and shots like that, but with the 2-leg deficit here at 11-9 down, if he leaves 1-2-1 or possibly 1-4-1 or anything like that, he's going to have to take it because he's running out of time.
That bullseye took out in the second to last leg was pretty crucial, I felt. So we're underway once again. Leg 21. And James Wade has the darts and kicks off with a very nice 140. The grouping, as usual with Wade, has been absolutely spot on.
Yeah, that treble 20 has seen better days. It has seen 40 140s and 13 180s in this contest. Mind you, the treble 19 has seen a bit of damage just there as well. 2 of them from Wade to lead 2-2-7 after 6.
Littler trying to match him. Only a steady ton for the nuke. So there's a good 80 points difference between the pair after 6 darts apiece.
I love it when you say only a ton. Welcome to 2025 darts.
Yeah, man.
Well, only a ton there from Wade, the number 9 seed, formerly known as 009, one of his previous nicknames. Littler gets 139 there to lead 167. 40 points behind Wade, who's on the 127. Gets the treble 20, goes for treble 9 and misses it low. But a single 18 leaves him on tops. A shot to be 11-10 down if Littler doesn't take 167.
Treble 20 hit, missed the treble 19, but just by a whisker it clipped the wire on the inside. So he's left Wade with a chance to take the leg on tops. Bends the wire down on the outside of it. Goes further away with dart 2, but pins dart 3. Back within 1 leg. It's 11-10 in favour of Luke Littler, but he has the darts in leg 22.
What's he doing now? I'll tell you what he's doing now. He's setting a record. That is 57 180s for the tournament. Ian Danter, tell them what that record's all about.
That is the best 180 record in match play history. He broke records in the Premier League for 180s. What we accept as being the norm in darts is being changed by this young fella who's on a 9-darter again.
Oh, he's feeling it. He looked at the crowd with a smile. 180, number 58 of the tournament. He's looking for a second 141. Treble 20 is his first target. He gets that right in the middle. Next one. Doesn't get the treble 17 this time, but he does get treble 16 off the back of it and leaves himself on double 8 after 9 to re-establish that 2-leg cushion at 12-10.
Don't apologise to the crowd because you didn't get a 9-darter. Just win the leg, make it a 10-darter. Oh, he's on the wire at double 8. Pins it for an 11-dart hold. 12-10. That barely passed by in just the most briefest glimpse of time, that leg. 12-10 to Littler. Wade back on throw in leg 23. He starts with a steady ton.
Think about the numbers of Wade in this game and in the tournament, and he's 2 legs behind in the final. This is the best he's ever played in a match play, and he might not win it. He had his best running average coming into a final from all of his other campaigns. He's done well to make this final match, but even averaging 101 for the tournament, nearly 2% better in the final, and with more than 50% on his doubles in the tournament, it might not be good enough to topple this young man.
In the UK Open final that they contested back in March, Wade's average was just 88 to Luke, who won 11-2 with an average of 101. This is so much closer in terms of match average. In terms of the match average overall since the start of the game, it's 106 Littler, 102 Wade. But Littler's in the red bit again, filling it up for another maximum to extend his record of maximums at the match play.
Well, what's he going to do on 81 this time? When he hit 7 perfect darts in the previous leg, he went for treble 17. He won't here. 125 from Wade leaves 79. So what's Littler going to do on 81? Treble 19? No, he went 17s. 14 single, bullseye. Wade thought was perfect, but he hit a single 6.
Yeah, way off to the right. So now Wade's chance to hold. 79 needed. 19 leaves 60. 20 for tops. 20 is hit. One dart only at double top to get back within 1. And he's missed it inside. Looks quizzically at the board, James Wade. Now Littler can go 3 ahead.
Single 12 for double 16. Misses it just to the left on the wire. And replicates it just a little bit lower. So Wade comes back for double 10. He's a lucky boy to be getting this bonus shot. 12-10 down. Is he about to take leg 23? Double 10. Slightly blocked. He has to go to his left. Last shots. And he's missed it higher on the wire to the right. He cannot fathom how he's missed that double 10. And now Littler gets 3 darts at 32 to extend his lead to 3.
Double 16 again then for Littler. This time no mistake. 13-10 the score. Wade scratches the back of his head. Annoyed that that leg got away from him.
First time in this final that someone has led by 3 whose name is not James Wade. Obviously it was 3-0 at the start of the game. It was 4-0 and 5-0. But this is the first time that Littler has led by 3.
13-10, race to 18. Littler's in the red bit again, following up his 140 with a 180. Can Wade keep pace in this leg? Well, he can't with that first dart. Sends down to treble 19. Finds one of those, then went for the 18s and picked up a single. So Littler in control of this 24th leg.
We made a bit of a joke backstage, didn't we, when Wade went 5-0 up? We said, well, that's you in trouble then, because in this tournament, Littler's gone behind 5-0 3 times now in the first session. And since the first break, Littler's leading 13-5 against someone who's averaging 102 in this match. 3 treble 19s there. Incredible from James to leave 95, but Littler's on 129 for 14-10.
110 left, needed treble 20 for bullseye, only a single. Went for the bull anyway. A chance for Wade to break. Littler sitting there on tops. 95 left for the machine. Treble 19 hit. Double 19 hit. Great pick-off to break back. James Wade back to being just 2 legs behind. In 13-11 the score.
Tell you what, Dance, that was crucial. If he loses that leg and he goes 4 behind, Littler's only 4 legs from the title. 95-2 under that pressure. I don't think there's any question marks over his resting from last night. I think he's rested pretty well. He's in this for the long haul.
Littler pops in another max. He's 14th of the night alone, let alone the fact he's broken a 180 record in the World Matchplay.
He's stretching his legs now, isn't he? And he's very comfortable at this stage of a game this length. We saw it yesterday with Rock. We've seen it with Watermina. And he's got that look in his eye. One of, this is my big check. This is my trophy. This is my championship. It's not his yet. He's still 5 legs away. 221 Littler. 19s from Wade. He yields 5 of them with a last start in the treble to leave 208. 13 ahead.
But here comes Littler, looking for another max. Oh, it's in again. It's just sensational stuff from Luke Littler to leave himself on 41 after 9.
Well, here's the thing, Dance. When he had 8 in this match, he stalled. He didn't get many for a while. And since that moment, he's found 7 in no time at all. 7! Now it's 41 left for 14-11. There's a single 9. Double 16s wired on the left side. And he does it again. So Wade's opportunity to get back within 1 is 148. We're still waiting for a ton plus checker in the final.
Amazing to think that. In leg 25. Wade just taking his time before he settles on the hockey. Treble 20, the first order of business. Got it. Another one leaves double 14. No, he's just underneath. Goes down for treble 16, picks that off, but it may be all academic. Double 16 for Littler.
That was an incredible try from Wade. It was in vain, and Littler does take the lead into what could be the final break in this game. Dance, that really was incredible from Luke Littler. He won the session by 3 legs to 2 again, and his gap now is 3 legs. 14-11 to Littler. It's going to take some stopping from here.
14-11 it is. We play to a finish next then on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel and on talkSPORT 2. Littler 14-11 up on James Wade. It's the first 18 that wins the World Matchplay Championship.
It's game on. PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025 on talkSPORT 2.
Party weekend, here we come, babes. You've got the tickets?
Check.
Sunscreen?
Check.
Ironic 90s bucket hat?
Check.
You've defo looked at the train times?
Checking now.
Here's something else you should check. If you're travelling by train this August Bank Holiday weekend, between Saturday the 23rd and Monday the 25th of August, some journeys may be affected as we make improvements to the railway. Please check before you travel at nationalrail.co.uk/August.
You've worked hard to build your business, so it's important it's properly protected. At NFU Mutual, our tradesman insurance has received a 5-star rating by de facto for the past 10 years. No wonder 9 out of 10 of our business insurance customers renew every year. With agency offices across the UK, we're closer to you, closer to your business, closer to what matters. Search NFU Mutual Builders and Trades Insurance.
There's nothing like the smell of lingonberries and gravy in summer. So we are offering half-price main meals and children's meals every weekday for IKEA families. From Swedish meatballs for £2.75 to not-so-Swedish pasta for £1.45. We call it wonderful weekday dishes. IKEA, the wonderful everyday. T's and C's and exclusions apply. Find out more at ikea.co.uk.
Fight Night Extra on talkSPORT 2. Tuesday evening from 5.
Get weighed in for a massive night of big boxing drama.
I'm just ready to go to war.
Explosive insight and heavyweight boxing banter.
I'm a generation fighter. I actually feel sorry for all these guys. He's such a favorite.
Hard-hitting boxing discussion.
Thank you.
Chaps you between the ears.
Fantastic boxing. This is the next step up in weight class. Really big step up.
I'm fairly ambivalent to Oasis. I don't hate them, I don't love them.
Fight Night Extra. Tuesday evening from 5.
On talkSPORT 2, the home of boxing.
Hitting the bullseye.
Okay.
PDC World Matchplay Darts 2025 on talkSPORT 2.
Luke Littler 14, James Wade 11. It's a race to 18 to win the World Matchplay and lift the Phil Taylor Trophy and take £200,000 first prize. Luke Littler at the moment, yes, he's 4 legs away from victory, but he's also got a tournament average of 104.91. That would break into the top 5 of tournament averages. Phil Taylor has all of those top 5, the lowest of which is 104.82. So Littler, as it stands, if he goes on at this pace, will at least break into that top 5 of averages that Taylor's held for such a long time.
Yeah, I don't think that's much of a surprise considering the level that Luke's been playing at in a lot of his games. But if he were to maintain this exact level after 25 legs to the end, 106.7, which is his current match average, that would break into the top 4 of top averages in a match play final. And of course, the top 5 belong to Phil Taylor. And it just boggles your mind how many times Littler was this good, if not better, over the course of 2 more decades.
14-11 then as Littler starts leg 26, picking off a treble 20 and a treble 19. James Wade trying to keep pace with this youngster who is on course to break James Wade's record of being the youngest ever winner of this trophy.
Do you know what's funny but not funny at the same time? Wade has talked in the past about how he had to survive the Taylor era and then he had to survive the MVG stuff. Well, Taylor's retired. MVG is not in the tournament and hasn't been since round 2. And now he's got to put it with this little upstart.
54.
Well, he's got to try and keep pace and get back within striking distance. Chance to break throw here because he's coming down from 261. Littler is waiting on 170, but a max from Wade. Very, very timely.
170 finish for Littler, could be 60 in. Second one, not to be. That 180, consequently from Wade, was the 400th of the tournament. 81 for the number 9 seed. Needs it to get within 2. There's a single 19. How many 12s? 3 of them. Double 13 for a break of throw, and it's absolutely fabulous from the machine. He needed that one because he's running out of time, and on the stage right there, he just puffs his cheeks as if to say, my word, I'm going through the mill again.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's things that Wade's been doing in these past 15-20 minutes. He took out 95, treble 19, double 19, which is not often practiced, I would imagine, and double 13 is one of the least used doubles anywhere on the Spider. That was unusual but necessary and brilliant.
Yeah, double 13 is the second least used double on the board behind
double
lonely
3.
Old double 17.
Oh, double 17, right.
Had a bit of attention this afternoon from Lisa Ashton. Didn't do her any harm in the end because she lifted the trophy.
She did, beating Fallon Sherrick in a thrilling final that you heard live on talkSPORT 2. Littler pops in 180, number 16, to take an 80-point lead in this leg after 6 darts apiece.
Turns out our friend Lee Phelps was right. 21 180s in the game now. So there you have it. We only get the best experts here at talkSPORT 2. Littler on 221. Batters it with a 22nd 140. He's been outgunned in that department. Wade's got 27. But the most important thing is Littler's got 14 legs and Wade's only got 12. And if he doesn't take out 201 in 2 visits via a Littler miss on 81, Luke's going to be within 3 of the title.
So 81 for Littler. Went for the 17s for double 15. 14 leaves the bull and he's way off. Hits single 3 actually to open the door for Wade.
101 for Wade. We're still waiting for that Sun Plus checkout. This is Wade's wheelhouse. 101. There's a treble 20. There's a single 1. Dart 3. Tops. His wheelhouse is 60 single tops. And just when he needed something familiar, he finds it to back up the break of throw. And 27 legs in, we have 1 leg between these two.
14-13. Littler throws at the start of leg 28 with a 140. But here comes Wade looking for a 6th maximum. Can't find it. It's yet another ton 40. So they matched themselves at the start of this leg.
That noise that we can hear, and we are broadcasting on talkSPORT 2 and the talkSPORT YouTube channel right now, is becoming very familiar. That tiny little hush of 2,500 darts fans at the Winter Gardens, because yet again we are being served up a Michelin-starred dish on the Yoki. 261 Wade after 6. Littler on the darts here, scores a ton to leave 130. He wouldn't mind taking that out because I get the feeling Wade's going to leave a finish here.
80 scored from Wade. Needs to keep it away from the 1s and 5s, and a 140 puts him in a decent position, but Littler gets first dibs. 130 the outshot. He hits treble 20, 70 left. Another treble 20 leaves double 5, and he's only just wired it on the outside. It wobbled on the wire.
Now. Is it 2 consecutive ton plus checkouts for Wade? This is to equalise at 14 apiece. He's got a big 20. Next start. It is not a treble 17. It's just next door in the treble 2. Boy, that was close. And Littler breathes again. Is he going to be leading by 2 after 28 legs? Wade thinks the leg is over. He waves his hands like it's a no ball. Littler on 5s, misses it high again. Doesn't miss it again. And that is a ball. A ball that hits the back of the net. 15-13 to Littler. 3 more legs. If he's too clear, will win him the World Matchplay for the first time.
Wade starts leg 29. 2 darts underneath the treble. Comes down to treble 17 and picks that off. But what can Littler do in response? Oh, he's straight in the red bit. Once and twice and maybe thrice. No, it dips below.
He's got 11 more 180s than Wade. And it's only 15-13. This is what James can do. He doesn't have to get loads of maxes. He might get one here, though. Another 140 for him. That's number 30. That's what he's been doing well. Johnny Clayton did that against him yesterday. He's doing it to Littler, but he's doing it from a deficit like Johnny did against James. And that classic yesterday.
Yeah. 265 Littler, 270 Wade. Wade on the oche. Oh, wayward dart into single 5. And a trebleless visit of bed and breakfast at the worst possible time for the machine.
Yeah, that single 5 from James is closer to the 12. That's the worst dart he's thrown in the tournament. Never mind the final. Littler's on 265, he's on the 19s. And he strays into the small 7 here. So he's not going to leave a finish. But he has found a really tidy last dart in the 60 in the right corner to leave 179. He might get 6 darts, but Wade is trying to stop him from 244.
And there's a maximum that he couldn't quite achieve earlier in the leg for his 6th 180 and 64 left.
This is going to be a really, really good exchange. Littler scores 99 to leave 80. Wade's on 64, so treble 8. Gets a single 16. Single 8 found. Tops. Empty bed. Hated that dart. It was underneath by a good centimetre, and Littler's got 80 for 16-13.
Treble 20 for double 10. 2 away. 16-13 to the nuke. He's 1,002 points away from being the youngest ever match play winner. And he starts the next leg with a trebleless visit, oddly enough.
Boy, did he make that 80 checkout look simple. That was the 29th leg of a final at the Winter Gardens, and he made it look like it was practice.
Trebleless visit from Wade as well, not taking advantage of a sluggish start from Littler, who's back in the red bit at this visit and gets 180 number 17. Wow.
That last start from Littler was vicious.
Wasn't it just?
He threw it like Indiana Jones whips something. So quick out of the hand. 262 after 6. He goes to the 18s here. Bags himself 6 18s. After starting on a single 20, he's on 134. Wade way back on 347. This could be over in less than 5 minutes if Littler's got anything to do with it.
Wade moving across the oche, right and left, looking for a max, looking for a treble. Can't find it. 134 Littler to go 1 leg away. Just happened to lay up here. He hit treble 20, but then single 14. Wade's way back.
Littler's average keeps climbing. It's 107.5 now.
And his tournament average is now over 105. Tops for Littler to go 1 leg away from victory. There it is, just 1 dart needed right in the middle of the bed. And now James Wade goes to his table, takes a drink of water and knows he's kind of got to do to Littler what Johnny Clayton was doing to him last night by hauling legs back when he's on the brink of defeat.
That's exactly what he's got to do now. 30 legs in. Luke Littler is 1 leg away from winning this thing at the 2nd attempt, which is exactly what Wade did 18 years ago. The dream for Wade to win after a gap of 18 years, somewhat like Tiger Woods when he waited quite a long time to win another Masters, but Littler on 17 legs, 4:05 for the youngster from Warrington. Wade will try to put up a fight, but he's got to win the next 4 legs straight to keep this alive.
Well, he's keeping his nose in front in this leg. 2-6-1 Wade plays 3-0-9 Littler after 6 apiece. Needs another ton maybe. Leaving 1-1-6-1. No, only 60 for Wade. So what can Littler do from 3-0-9?
Is he going to set up a Colin Lloyd maybe? 170 for the championship, which was 2005, 20 years ago. He hasn't done that. He's had a troublous visit to leave 250. Wade is favourite here in leg 31. Treble 20 to start. He's going to stay up top and settle for a ton to leave 101, which is still the only ton plus checker of the game.
Which belonged to Wade in an important clutch finish, it seemed at the time, but there's Littler with scoreboard pressure with 135. 81 left. Treble 19 would leave double 12 for Wade. Hits the treble 19, 1 dart at 12s. And he misses on the outside, so could be match point to Littler. 1-1-5 the outshot, Nico.
Championship point, single 20, treble 19, and double 19! Nailed by the man known as Littler, who is now the champion in Blackpool. He sprinted to the finish when the machine ran out of petrol. Luke Littler, the world champion, is now champion of the World Matchplay in 2025.
And he becomes the youngest ever man to win the trophy, usurping the man he's just beaten. James Wade was 24 when he lifted the trophy back in 2007. On his second attempt of trying to win it, and on his second attempt at the Winter Gardens, Luke Littler at 18 becomes match play champion. 18-13 the final score, and a match average and a tournament average to be proud of, because with a tournament average of 105.1 he breaks into the top 5 of all time match play averages.
And in the final, 107.24. My word, that's impressive over the course of 31 legs. And with those numbers, hitting that 1-1-5, his only ton plus checkout of the entire final. Talk about timing. 107.24 breaks into the top 3 of final averages. They say that Phil Taylor's records will not be toppled. Littler may not win 15 more of these World Match Plays, but when it comes to numbers, he's a genius. He's number 2 in the world still. He's not going to be world number 1 after this one, but boy oh boy, that was some performance from that young and perfectly timed once again.
He is ticking off the majors one by one. Let's cross to John McDonnell, our Master of Ceremonies, for the trophy presentation.
Would you please welcome the PDC Chief Executive Matthew Porter and the boss of our title sponsors, Betfred, Fred Doan. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a player. In his 20th consecutive year, our runner-up, receiving £100,000 in his trophy. Ladies and gentlemen, your runner-up is the Machine, James Wade!
When Wade won the match play in 2007, his first prize was £50,000. He's doubled that by being runner-up here 18 years on. Brilliant performance from Wade, and you wouldn't have begrudged him victory if he'd got over the line tonight after his performances this week.
Not at all. What a tournament. Back up to world number 5. It's not a bad consolation prize.
Receiving the magnificent Phil Taylor Trophy, £200,000, and for the very first time in his career, we crown him the Betfred World Matchplay Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Luke
Littler steps forward and accepts the check from the title sponsors. And this match play trophy that looks not unlike the Football FA Cup now belongs to the man from Warrington, who lifts it to the skies. The confetti goes off and the celebrations begin for this precocious talent who is ticking off the majors one by one by one. In only his second match play attempt. Remember, he went out in round one last year to Michael van Gerwen. Despite posting an average of over 100, he's posted a 107 average tonight, hitting 17 180s, setting a record for 180s in a match play tournament. And yet you feel there's so much more left for Luke Littler to achieve in the game of darts.
He will achieve as much as he wants to. It's that simple. It's entirely up to him what he does after this. Trip down under to play in Australia and New Zealand, take a little bit of time off, and come September, that's when the dart season reignites, because we have titles that he hasn't won. Things like the World Grand Prix where it's double start. And after winning this one, and obviously winning the UK Open earlier in the year, he will definitely want to start ticking other things off his list. This is a cool moment for that young man. It's not about the money, he's got plenty of that. He's got the stardom, he's got the talent, and we are so lucky to have him in our sport. My word, he has no idea how grateful we are for the talent that he is showing the world on behalf of our incredible sport.
This young man continues to break records, break boundaries, and attract more and more people to the sport of darts. And there's so much more to come, you sense, from Warrington's Luke Littler, who wins the World Matchplay by 18 legs to 13 over James Wade. Your final thoughts on what we've witnessed over the past 9 days here, Paul Nicholson?
Well, it's been a fantastic tournament. Obviously, I'm going to say that. I do every year. But this one was just a little bit extra special. There were so many people in this event who played out of their skin and did not even win a game. Some people played the best tournament they've ever played and didn't win the tournament. The fact is, the best person won this tournament, and as far as moving forward is concerned, it will be fascinating to see if anybody can topple this kid over the next 6 months before we go to the Palace to see where he will try and defend the Sid Waddell Trophy.
Indeed, the World Championships beckon for one of the trophies that Luke Littler will now have to defend. He's not quite number one in the world, but he is edging ever closer to Luke Humphries, who was the champion last year here at Blackpool, but didn't get the chance to defend his trophy thanks to Jan van Veen, who knocked him out early on. And so we come to the end of the 2025 World Matchplay Darts Championships here in Blackpool. And on behalf of all of the Darts on the Radio team, and I start with all the producers back at talkSPORT Towers in London who've kept us on air, like Gabriel Anderson, like Will Varney, like Ollie Hunter, and many others, Jack Caton. But then the team here. First of all, our thanks to Laura Turner and Abigail Davis, who've helped us out with commentary and analysis during the course of these championships. To Matt Gubbins, our extraordinary producer, who somehow keeps us on air and herds cats for days on end and makes sure that we're all right. We love you, Matt, you're fantastic. He's kept us on air. Also to Mark Wilson, the best in the business. What a commentator, brilliant to have him on the team once again. And to our two PDC professionals, Chris Mason and the man alongside me, Paul Nicholson, the asset. Thank you once again.
And thanks to you, Dance. And thanks to Mark and Chris and everybody who's part of this, and to everybody tuning in on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. We genuinely love you all, and everybody tuning in on talkSPORT 2. You are the soul of darts on the radio. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Indeed, whether you've been watching on YouTube, listening on talkSPORT 2, we appreciate your company. Thank you. Darts on the Radio will return. You can be certain of that. Next up on talkSPORT 2, you'll have a dart show special to tune into. Dan Dawson in conversation with referee legend Russ Bray. But Luke Littler is the toast of Blackpool tonight, the youngest ever World Match Play winner at the age of just 18. He triumphs tonight over James Wade by 18 legs to 13 to win the 2025 PDC World Match Play Darts Championship.
Like 42 years of age, taking on the youngster.
Thanks, Ollie.
Thanks,
man. Take it easy, mate. Look after yourself. Thanks, Ollie. Will do, mate.